Edgar, thank you very much. Team captains are now coming to midfield for the coin toss. And let's go to Billy White Shoes Johnson right now. Billy?
Hey, listen, I was down here talking to one of the police officers who's guarding the bench, and he was talking about the Falcons and how ready to perch upon their prey, saying that the Falcons' bird is somewhat surrendering because of the way they are deployed. Their wings and their talons are not out to attack the prey. And on top of that, you should see the towels that are in the stands. It's like the towels of Pittsburgh.
Terrible towels, except these are the white instead of those terrible.
There are a lot of them. Our referee tonight is Mike Carey, and we now see the captain shaking hands, exchanging embraces, now getting in place. And we will take the audio from midfield with Mike Carey. And can we do that? Let's see if we have that or not. We may. Let's give it a shot.
Good evening and congratulations, Captain. Honorary captain for this evening is Ashley Goods. For the toss. This is heads, and that's tails. What is your choice? Go with heads. Heads, he calls. I'll let it hit the ground. Whoa. Heads it is. You want the ball? This goal. Atlanta has won the toss. They'll receive. All right, fellas, have a great one.
All right, here we go. We get ready for the Falcons and the Eagles here from Veterans Stadium. Not a seat to be had anywhere here on Broad Street. Since 1990, teams with first-round byes are 39-9. The NFC's top seed has reached the Super Bowl 7 of the last 10 years, and those are some statistics that weigh heavily in the favor of the Eagles tonight. Pete Davis, you're along the Falcons sideline. What's brewing?
Ray Buchanan, the most vocal of the Falcons this week, got a little too close to the stands a couple minutes ago, and they went through his pedigree, his genealogy. They went through everything about him. They don't like him.
All right, Pete, Ray Buchanan will not be starting tonight. Jerron Bolden will be going instead because of that abdominal injury. Simply is not allowing him to play on every down. But, Jeff, it is anticipated that he will be used in some nickel situations tonight.
Yeah, I think I saw Todd Pinkston. He's going to play. He's had that turf toe. He is their leading receiver, really coming on the last couple of years. And big, tall, lanky guys. So he and Thrash are the two weapons. Freeman will come in on the slot with a longtime receiver up at Green Bay, very fine slot receiver. Andy Reid says he's the best in the business. He had him at Green Bay. That's probably where we'll see Ray Buchanan matched up against Freeman.
Philadelphia's 12-4. Their losses came to the Titans, to the Jaguars, to the Colts, and to the Giants on the final Sunday of the season. David Akers, four-year pro out of Louisville, gets ready to kick off from right to left, and Allen Rossum, the former Eagle, will be deep. So we have talked about how paramount it is to the Falcons that they come out of the blocks in a hurry as we see fireworks and pyrotechnics going off in each side of the end zone, now sweeping around the stadium in red and green and blue and a lot of greens to signify the hometown colors of the Philadelphia Eagles. David Akers getting ready to kick off. Now the ball falls off the tee, so he will go up and put it on the tee once again. This is a big, boisterous, fired-up crowd, and we talked about how provincial and parochial it is here in Philadelphia, but they love their hometown teams here in Philly as much as anywhere in the United States.
Well, 22 years since they've been to the Super Bowl. They don't need to score the first drive like they did in Green Bay, I don't think. I think they just need to maintain field position when Philadelphia gets the ball, too.
Akers stepping into the football, and we are underway here in Philadelphia. It's high, and it's short, taken at the 2 by Rossum. He's up to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and run out of bounds in Philadelphia territory, but there is going to be a hold, I think, that's going to go against the Falcons. The penalty marker is at the 49-yard line of Atlanta, and the early indication is it will be coming back.
Yeah, it looked like Kevin McAdams. I don't know if it was number 82. It's a backup receiver that
Darren Cheverini.
No, 82
Holding
for the
by the
Eagles.
receiving team, number 47.
Yeah. I thought I saw the guy go down. I didn't realize he hold him. I thought it might have been hitting the back, but at least it's up there around the 49-yard line where the penalty was.
Starting lineups are brought to you by National Mortgage. Mike Vick gets the start at quarterback. Two tight ends will be Reggie Kelly and Algie Crumpler. Brian Finneran is one wide receiver. Warwick Dunn is the running back. And those are the starting lineups for the Atlanta Falcons, brought to you by National Mortgage. It is 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of Atlanta. Finneran is split to the left. Jefferson will come to the right side. And in the right side is Quentin McCord as well. Mike Vick looking right, looking left, applauding, trying to get his team fired up. It is loud. Vick under center, waiting for the snap. Here it is, the drop setting. Now chased out of the pocket. On the run is Mike Vick throwing, and it is bobbled and caught by Algie Krempler, who makes the catch, and he is banged out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 23 and a first down for the Falcons.
Nice job by Bob Whitfield, logging in Hugh Douglas on the side, enabling Mike Vick to get outside. And a nice matchup. Who was that? That was Blaine Bishop, the strong safety. The Falcons win that matchup.
So 1st and 10 from the 37 of Philadelphia. Falcons opening possession here at the vet. That'll take a little punch out of this crowd. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Warwick Dunn behind Mike Vick. Long snap count. Vick takes it, hands it off to Dunn. Right side, now trying to turn the corner to the outside, makes a move back in, and he is up to the 32. It's a gain of 5. Tackled by Troy Vincent, the 11-year pro out of Wisconsin, the left cornerback who came up to make the tackle. But there is a penalty marker, and this is at the 35-yard line. And let's see what this one is all about.
Personal foul, maybe unsportsmanlike conduct on Bobby Taylor. He and Sean Jefferson over on that side.
Let's go to Pete Davis downstairs. Pete. All right, Pete. We'll try to get back to you, and we get your microphone cooking here, but let's see if we can hear what the call is. I believe you are right, Jeffrey.
Heck of a run by Warwick Dunn. That play designed go left, running away from the blitz, and took it around the end.
It's going to go against the Falcons, and Mike Vick is arguing the case right now. But that'll be the second penalty against the Falcons here in the last 3 plays.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 84, 15 yards, the down will count, 2nd down.
Sean Jefferson gets the personal foul after Algie Krempler had made that bobbling catch off of the arrow that was thrown by Mike Vick.
Very uncharacteristic of Sean Jefferson, a tremendous leader, 12-year veteran on his football team. The play, he's not involved in the play. Bobby Taylor's on the far side of the field. I'm not sure what happened.
2nd and long, 2nd and 20 with the ball now at the 47-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Vick back into the huddle to call the play, and now the Falcons break. Finneran goes to the left along with Quentin McCord in the left slot. Jefferson is split to the right side. Warwick Dunn behind Mike Vick. 4-man defensive front by the Eagles. Vick, draw play. It's Warwick Dunn, right side, some running room, and down at the 40-yard line. A nice job again by Warwick Dunn. He picks up 7 yards. Corey Simon from FSU, the left tackle, making the stop. And the final now in Nashville. Tennessee in overtime has defeated Pittsburgh 34-31. So Jeff Fisher's Titans continue to find ways to win.
Man, it was a heck of a game. That Pittsburgh's got a great offense, and McNair and Eddie George, that group, I'm surprised didn't think they had the receivers down there right now.
Steve McNair, what a football player he is. All right, 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 from the 40-yard line. Receivers right and left. Finneran to the left, Jefferson to the right. Now Sean in motion from right to left. I formation behind Mike Vick. Vick setting with time, looking right, looking left, still with time, now firing far side of the football field and over Sean Jefferson's extended hands at the 30-yard line. He'd have been about 4 or 5 yards short had he made the catch anyway, and that'll bring up 4th down. We'll see Chris Moore.
Mike Vick missed Warwick Dunn there. Warwick is at maximum protection. He's sitting in there. They're 6. They're only rushing 4. He slips out into the flat right over there by the yard markers, and he's wide open. Mike does not see him. Could have probably picked up a first down or close to it.
Brian Mitchell is deep, over 22,000 yards in return yards in the NFL, averaging 12.3 on the punt return. Moore, a high floating spiral. Mitchell lets it hit, takes a Falcons bound, and scooping it up at the 2, maybe the 3-yard line are the Falcons. Special teams led by Derek Rackley. It's a 37-yard punt, and now we will see the Philadelphia Eagles will take a break. Scoreless here in Veterans Stadium.
96 Rock.
Nice job by Chris Moore. This Philadelphia offense set a record, a franchise record, with 415 points this season, and it is the first time in 55 days that Donovan McNabb will start a football game. They'll go with 4 wide receivers. Check it, 5 wide receivers, 2 to the left and 3 to the right. Deuce Staley comes to the near side, and this is McNabb quickly throwing to Staley, who makes the catch and bang backwards and knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line for no gain. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10, and Keon Carpenter is down. He is injured. Let's go to Billy.
Hey, right after that play, Carpenter just laid there, did not move at all. He hit him directly on the helmet, which is what you try to avoid when you're making a tackle like that. And
all right, thank you, Billy. We're looking at Keon Carpenter right now, unable to get up. He is on his back at the goal line, the near side goal line. Jeff, he's been a great addition, 4-year pro out of Virginia Tech, of course, terrific on special teams, and really has been playing some excellent defense for the Falcons in the secondary.
Yeah, and to lose him would be a real serious blow. The thing about the Eagles, 5 wides there. Deuce is out. I didn't see if that was Martin or the tight end they split out the other way, the fullback or the tight end, Chad Lewis. But it goes 5 wide because they're looking for mismatches. And now you lose Keon Carpenter, you got to go to your backup is that John Del Carty in that situation.
We're going to take a break. 12:28 left in the opening quarter, scoreless. Eagles have the ball. We'll let you know what's going on with Keon Carpenter after this break. This is the WGST Atlanta Falcons ready to go on 96 Rock.
It's hard to stop a train, and Empire Heating and Air Conditioning in Decatur has offered quality service and installation since 1985. Empire at 783 DeKalb Industrial Way. Call them 404-294-0900. Save money from Empire
Davis,
Heating
you are
and
very
Air
close to Keon Carpenter down there. They are still attending to him. Is he up yet? Or
They have him sitting up right now. They've been working on his neck, and he is moving his arms and legs. He is talking to them right now. He just seems very dazed.
Injury update brought to you by Piedmont Hospital. Jeff, for a moment there, it looked like maybe Deuce Staley would be, knocked into his own end zone.
Well, he drove him back. It was a heck of a lick by Keon Carpenter. Staley is a stocky, 5'10", 220-pound guy, and built low to the ground. It was a heck of a blow, and you can't see from this angle. I thought maybe he knocked him back in the end zone and out of bounds. He didn't, apparently. He was able to get to the line of scrimmage. Well, even the replay's not going to show it, though. Bad camera work. Who's doing this game tonight?
I stay out of that stuff.
Well, I've already trashed the national anthem by Patti LaBelle.
You're fired up. That's all. That's all right. You're not even wearing gloves.
Now, there's an angle of it. My gosh, his foot looks like it might be out of bounds in the end zone for a safety. I mean, is that right or not? Depending where that foot is. Now, the problem is you might not be able to tell from any of the replays. You ought to have about 15 cameras here for a championship game. But if it is, there's an official looking right at it, doesn't make any call. Is he out of bounds in the end zone for safety? Do you ask for a review? I'm not sure.
What we are sure about is Keon Carpenter, who is on his feet right now.
Good.
He is now standing and being attended to.
Oh, they're bringing the cart, though. That's bad. They're bringing the cart for him. He's going in. I'm afraid he's got, it's precaution. It's good if it's his neck, but he might be knocked woozy. That was a heck of a lick. He knocked Deuce Staley back 3 or 4 yards.
Very close to his safety, and now we will see John Del Carty in the ball game. And that is a loss for the Falcons. Keon Carpenter has been a marvelous addition to this football team. Let's go back to Pete Davis. Pete?
Well, the Eagle fans weren't very classy there booing him, but the Eagles players were classy. Donovan McNabb and Staley coming over to pat him on the back.
All right, and Keon Carpenter now being taken into the locker room right now. Today's game brought to you in part by Southern Link. 12 minutes, 28 seconds left. Opening quarter of play from Veterans Stadium here in Philadelphia on a very cold night. Our temperature at game time, 27 degrees with winds out of the west at 12 to 15 miles per hour. And it will bring up 2nd and 10. And a challenge right now is underway with the red flag having been tossed by Dan Reeves to see if, that is a safety. It sure looks awfully close to that as you see the replay.
Yeah, you can't tell the angle because of where we are and where the replay is and how far it is away. But I would think in a game of this stature, especially after what happened in San Francisco.
Outrageous officiating out there.
Well, when the commissioner comes out and says it publicly, you know that he is ticked off. And although I'll tell you this, I don't think those coaches knew. I don't think anybody I don't think anybody new to the NFL knew. I think the NFL officials, Mike Pereira and Jim Diopoulos, knew about it after it happened. And but I don't think either team knew what that situation was. Of course, that may be, people say, well, that's not their job, but it is, in effect, part of their job to know what's going on in the field, too. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to return this, though, Jeff, depending on a camera angle. But I kind of like it, keeping them back there. Keep them hold back there. They get nothing on that. So you get 2 downs to hold them to less than 10 yards and force a punt. You're going to get this ball back in great position. And that's all they need right now. They need some field position. They had some great field position to start this game, and a couple of great plays and too many penalties.
Penalty on the opening kickoff hurt him, and then Sean Jefferson with the personal foul, and it really knocked him out of what might have been a very promising beginning. All right, we continue to wait to hear the officials.
You know, they're not showing a lot of replays. You know how we've been traveling around the league, and you always see a lot of replays up on the screens? I'm not seeing anything. Now, look at his left foot right there, right there. Now, are those toes over that line? That foot is on an angle.
Sure looks like it.
But can it be definitive enough to overturn?
The ruling on the field was that there was a legal advance out into the field of play. Atlanta is not challenging because if he had stepped out of bounds in the end zone, his forward progress was stopped in the field of play, and there had been no advantage in the game. Second down.
Second and 10.
Wait a second. Forward progress was stopped in the field of play. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
So the not back. Okay, all right. And I guess the play's dead right there. That's the ruling.
That's correct. So here we go. Second and 10 from the 3-yard line of Philadelphia. Receivers right and left. It's an I formation behind Donovan McNabb. Play action deep in his end zone. Flushed out now on the run. Looking, being chased. And he will keep the football. He turns the corner on that sore ankle and gets enough for the first down. He is out of bounds at the 21-yard line. If there is any concern about his ankle, that may have alleviated some of it. A gain of 19 and a first down for the Eagles.
Well, the Falcons come with a blitz. They bring McBurrow, the safety, off the edge. McNabb does a great job getting outside. He gets a great block out here. I think it's by Lewis, the big tight end, on Stewart. And he turns it up the sideline. It's a huge first down.
First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Todd Pinkston is split to the left. Deuce Staley is behind Donovan McNabb. The give is to Staley. Right side now, cutting it in. And he picks up about 6. It'll bring up second and 4. Tackled by Keith Brooking and Kevin Mathis there as well. So second and 4 from the 28.
You'll see an awful lot of substitution. They play. You're seeing Staley coming off the field right now. In comes Westbrook. Dorsey Levens will come in there. They use 3 tailbacks. They do a lot of situational offense and try to match up with you.
Pinkston and James Thrash will come to the near side. Antonio Freeman is split to the far side on second and 4 from the 28. Thrash in motion. Here is the give. It is to Cecil Martin, the fullback, the 4-year pro out of Wisconsin. And he is stuffed at the line for no gain. Brady Smith on the stop for the Falcons as he gets up. Let's go down to Billy White. Shoes downstairs. Billy?
Keon Carpenter has a jammed neck. Temporarily lost feelings of his extremities. They took him to the locker room for x-rays, and his return, of course, is doubtful.
All right, Billy, thank you. Dorsey Levens, a former Yellow Jacket, checking into the ball game for Philadelphia on 3rd and 4 from the 28-yard line. 3 receivers in a cluster formation to the left. Now in motion, it is Thrash who goes to the right side. Donovan McNabb going up top near side, incomplete. Good play by Ashley Ambrose, working on Todd Pinkston. Was with him every step of the way, and the Falcons defense has done its job on the opening possession for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, very nicely done. It'd been great if they could have kept him up there. McNabb made a big play, and I guess answers the questions early. He looks like he's got an awful lot of mobility.
Lee Johnson, in his 18th year out of BYU, lives in Alpine, Utah, and he is getting ready to kick from the 15-yard line. Rossum is standing at his 28-yard line. Johnson kicking into a little bit of a wind right now. Gets the snap, steps up, and it is a booming punt. A booming punt taking Rossum back to his 13-yard line. He's up to the 15. He's met at the 16 and pushed back by a host of Philadelphia Eagles. A 56-yard punt into the wind, a 4-yard return, and the Eagles special teams with a fine job. We'll take a break. We've got 10:29 left opening quarter. Falcons get the ball. It's scoreless here with the vet. This is the Atlanta GMC Dealers. I'm Jeff Hullinger with Jeff Van Note, Billy White, Hughes Johnson, and Pete Davis from frosty Philadelphia. Glad to have you aboard. Falcons' second offensive possession. Front and center. It is scoreless here. Each team has had one offensive set. And now it's the Falcons' turn. Receivers right and left on 1st and 10 from the 18. Warwick Dunn behind Mike Vick. 4-man defensive rush by the Eagles. Vick under center. Long snap count. Here's the give. It is to Warwick Dunn, who gets the ball, and he is taken down immediately. It is going to be a loss of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 12 on the stop. Is Sean Barber, that outside linebacker out of the University of Richmond.
Yeah, he's their leading tackler. He played for the Redskins. The Redskins really drafted him, but he hurt his knee last year, and they did not go after him. Not a good job of sealing off the backside. That's where he came through. He slipped in through the backside on a run blitz.
Eagles defense more complex than Green Bay. They do a lot of zone blitzing, and that is a much different look for the Falcons tonight. 2nd and 12 from the 16-yard line for Mike Vick. Under center, he wants to throw. Setting, far side, it is complete. Catch made by Reggie Kelly, and then he is knocked out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Carlos Emmons from Arkansas State, the other outside linebacker, making the hit on Reggie Kelly, so it'll bring up 3rd and 6 from the 22-yard line.
Eagles are a pretty good third down team. Teams don't convert, only about 31% against them, and that's because they're able to come in with their good blitz package, zone blitz or man blitz.
It is one of the keys. The Eagles hope to force Mike Vick into a lot of passing situations tonight. Here's one of them. 3rd and 6 from the 22. Receivers right and left. Now in motion, McCord out of the backfield to the right side. Vick setting, looking, throwing across the middle to McCord, makes the catch, and has enough for a Falcon first down at the 29-yard line. A gain is 7. Ike Reese on the stop for Michigan State, the outside linebacker. So a nice job by the Falcons on 3rd down. That's how you get to this Eagles defense.
Yeah, excellent job by Mike Vick. Good protection. They don't come with a blitz. They're just a 4-man rush. Quentin McCord stepping up every opportunity he's given. Guys making plays.
Sean Jefferson to the left. Brian Finneran, the former Philadelphia Eagle and Villanova star, comes to the right. Split behind Mike Vick. Quentin McCord and Warwick Dunn. Now McCord in motion. He'll come to the right side. Vick under center. Long snap count. Here's the give. It is to Warwick Dunn right up the middle, and Dunn picks up 3 yards, maybe 2, depending on the spot. Carlos Emmons is there for 2nd tackle of the ball game. It'll bring up 2nd down. We'll call it a long 7.
Bringing Quentin McCord out of the backfield twice in a row prior to this play. This is a tackle trap, pulling Todd Weiner right to left. Going to tackle the end man of the line. The Eagles jumped into a 6-1 look right before the snap of the ball.
Eagles defense among leaders, top 5 in 9 different categories. Warwick Dunn and George Lane are in the I formation behind Mike Vick. Receivers right and left. It is 2nd and 6 from the 32. Play action. Mike Vick. Here comes the blitz. Vick gets rid of it, and it's intercepted. Picked off far side. That's trouble. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Eagles. Bobby Taylor, the interception and the touchdown return. It's a 40-yarder, and the Eagles are on the board.
Trying to go to Sean Jefferson, working against Taylor, but the blitz comes, and Mike is throwing, backing up off his back foot. Ill-advised. Ill-advised. Just take your time. Levon Kirk will come up the middle, step around in, try to make a play running. Don't let that ball go. 2 good corners in Vincent and Taylor.
So David Akers in for the point after attempt to try to make it 7-0. Eagles here in the first quarter, courtesy of that fine defense of theirs. David Akers getting ready for point after attempt. It is up, and it is good. So 7:58 in the opening quarter. It's 7-0 Eagles on the 40-yard interception by Bobby Taylor, and touchdown. We'll take a break. This is the AT&T Wireless. So the Eagles strike first, up 7-0 on the Falcons. Bobby Taylor, the 40-yard sprint along the sidelines, then cut it back toward the middle, and it is very quickly cashing in on that turnover.
Well, he's got 5 interceptions this year. He's an outstanding corner, and Mike pedaling backwards. Didn't set himself. Thought he could get it there with just arm strength. This is 2 Pro Bowl cornerbacks and a Pro Bowl safety. Both cornerbacks, Vincent and Taylor, going to the Pro Bowl. Multiple Pro Bowls for him. I think 4 and 3 in the last 4 years. And then Dawkins, who is in his 3rd straight Pro Bowl.
Akers getting ready to kick off. Ball has popped off the tee again. And he will give it another shot here with Allen Rossum, the deep man for the Falcons. Mike Vick will not have much time to sort of think about that interception. Life moves on. He'll get the offensive possession coming up in just a moment or two. Akers now making his way toward the ball. He steps into the football, and it is a driving kick. It takes Rossum to the 4-yard line. He is out to the 10. He's to the 15. He slips and goes down as he crosses the 20-yard line. And the Falcons, after an 18-yard return, will now get the football, and we'll take a break. 7-0 Eagles here in the first quarter. This is the WGST Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. On 90 powered by SunTrust Bank. These teams have met only once in the playoffs. December 24th, 1978 in Atlanta. Falcons won the game 14-13. And Dan Reeves leads all playoff coaches with 11 victories. The Eagles won the last meeting here, 38-10, October 1st in 2000. And the all-time series is 10-10-1. First and 10 from the 22 after the interception of Mike Vick. Here's the pitch to Warrick Dunn. Now it is the reverse. Coming to the near side is Quentin McCord. Makes a move, and he is brought down at the 25-yard line. A nice defensive play by Troy Vincent. It's a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Stay at home. I mean, that's what they teach people. And the motion, I think they were hoping to get man for man. That's why they went with the motion fitter and across. They hoped Vincent was going to be in man and go with him. Instead, he was in a zone, and he stayed at home and waited for that reverse to come back.
Boy, you talk about a secondary. These guys have got it, and Vincent and Dawkins and Taylor we've already seen. Michael Lewis is going to be a fine player. Al Harris. It's a very experienced crew. All right, 2nd and 7 from the 25. 3 receivers to the left. Now 2 to the right. Out of the shotgun is Mike Vick. Vick with the snap. In trouble, and down he goes. Mike Vick sacked by Brandon Whiting. The left end, it's a loss of 7, and it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, they need a better job on that time. There was some confusion, I think, between Todd Weiner and Keenan Forney about what they wanted to do as far as the blocking, but for some reason, Todd kept giving a lot of ground on a short set by Michael Vick, and Todd just kept giving ground.
3rd and 13. Split to the right, Trevor Gaylor, and split to the left is Brian Finneran and Quentin McCord. Out of the shotgun formation is Mike Vick. He is flanked by George Lane and Warrick Dunn. Here's the snap. Here comes the pressure. Vick steps up. He's looking. He'll keep the football. He's to the 20. He's slipping. He loses the football. It's scooped up. It's loose, and out of bounds it goes. Falcons retain possession. Oh, my. Sean Barber was the man who was trying to come up with the football, but my, oh my, that could have been another turnover.
Got very, very lucky. I think it might have been Simon who knocks the ball loose as he's trailing him, as he's coming from behind him. Going to get a look at a replay here.
Jeff, Falcons are slipping more on this field than the Eagles are. I mean, is it an issue of shoes right now, or you're seeing a lot of guys slipping from Mike Vick to Dunn to Rossum?
Well, it could be. You have a choice of shoes, and Brian Boyner, their fine equipment manager, I know he had a lot of contacts with the different teams who have played on this field, and also with the Eagles about different shoes to wear. They had choices.
Moore stands at his 8. Brian Mitchell is the deep man, stands at his 37, and Moore gets rid of it with a wind to his back, a high spiral that turns over, and a fair catch called for at the 37 by Brian Mitchell. Good punt. 43-yard punt by Chris Moore. We've got 6:14 left here in the opening quarter. 7-0. Eagles lead. Bobby Taylor on that 40-yard pass interception. Let's go to Pete Davis downstairs.
The Falcons were going to send some players over here this morning to test out the field to find out exactly what kind of shoe they should wear, what kind of cleat. I don't know if they were able to do that, but they should have had the right cleat.
Well, we'll see if there are some changes made. I'm not saying that everybody's slipping out there, but I've seen about 3 or 4 Falcons that have seen their legs come out from underneath them. All right, 1st and 10 from the 37 now for the Philadelphia Eagles. Receivers right and left, I formation of Deuce Staley and Cecil Martin. Donovan McNabb, the quarterback, straight drop, looking, firing the ball. It's caught. Tight end makes the catch. Chad Lewis, who then turns upfield, and he gets into Falcon territory at the 49-yard line, a gain of 14. That's a first down for the Eagles. Tackled by Matt Stewart.
Tackles came with a blitz again, and Keith Bergen looks like he's in pretty good shape on Lewis. Lewis, a big guy, 6'6", 2-time Pro Bowler, and he sort of overruns him.
Donovan McNabb looks awfully sharp. A 55-day layoff, his first start here at Veterans Stadium since the first weekend of November. So far, so good for him. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. McNabb straight back, going up top, far sideline, and it is caught! The catch is made by Todd Pinkston, and he is out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Let's see where it is, as they will spot it at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 25. Pinkston missed the final regular season game of the year with a toe injury against the Giants, but that was a fine job working on Jerron Bolden.
Yeah, he's got him beat by maybe a step or so. He's a big, tall receiver, 6'3.5", thin guy. Well-thrown ball. I think Jerron Bolden he looked around at the ball, didn't make a play on it, though. Never got his hand up high enough, never leaped for it.
Pinkston to the right, Thrash to the left. I formation on 1st and 10 from the 24 of Atlanta. Deuce Staley gets the call, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. A nice job by the Falcons defense, led by Keith Brooking, who was there. But right now, for the Eagles, Jeff, it has been a nice-looking passing game right now. If Donovan McNabb is showing any rust, as everybody anticipated, he has certainly let them down.
Yeah, he's running well, and he's throwing well. And, the run hasn't bothered the Falcons, other than Donovan McNabb's 19-yard scramble that got him out of the 2-yard line earlier in the first quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 24 of Atlanta. I formation behind Donovan McNabb. And a play action, deep drop. McNabb looking left, looking right, throwing. It's incomplete at the 11-yard line. Fine pass to Thrash. Should have caught that ball. And if he does, he might be inside the 10-yard line. But a good break for the Atlanta Falcons. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I think the big tight end again comes across the middle. He's wide open. And for some, I don't know why he should be wide open. That is not a blitzing situation. He should have made his catch. He drops it cleanly. Well-thrown ball, but he's way too wide open in the middle of the field.
3rd and 10 from the 24. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. McNabb talking to Deuce Staley as he makes his way. Check it. Dorsey Levens now into the ball game. And McNabb under center. He wants to throw a straight drop. Looking across the middle. It's caught. Catch made by Todd Pinkston, and Pinkston is knocked down at the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 8, short of the 1st down. It'll bring up 4th and 2. Let's go downstairs to Pete Davis. Pete?
You're wondering where T.J. Duckett is when the Falcons have the ball. He is here. He just warmed up on the bicycle, and he is jogging, so he may be about to come into the game when the Falcons get the ball back.
And David Akers coming into the ball game, and this time Akers, who was 30 of 34 this season. His longest was a 51-yarder. This will be a 34-yard attempt for David Akers out of Louisville, the former Cardinal. Here comes the snap. It's low, and the kick is on the way. It is up. It is good. So a 34-yard kick from David Akers, and the Eagles are out on top of the Falcons with 3:47 left here in the opening quarter from Veterans Stadium, and the Falcons did not want to fall behind in this football game, Jeff. And now they're staring at a 10-0 deficit.
Well, you got to be very, very careful now because you don't want to make any turnovers. You've already made one big turnover that's hurt you. They squandered that very first possession where they had the great field position. They just got to kind of get it back. They're still in this game. They got to get back to their offense and not make any mistakes. And the defense has got to tighten it up a little bit on the passing game. I think they're doing a nice job shutting the run down, although the Eagles really haven't tried to run the ball very much.
So what do you do here if you're calling plays for the Falcons? Do you make sure that you try to establish this running attack now, given the fact you're down 10-0?
I don't think it hurts to be behind 2 plays in a game like this, as long as you can get something going offensively. They got to get a little rhythm to their offense. They haven't had it since that very first drive where they made a couple of plays, especially the scramble by Mike Vick and the completion.
6 plays, 47 yards, 2:27 of time. Akers the 34-yard field goal. The key was that 25-yard pass to Pinkston, and that really set the table for the 3 points. It's 10-0. Every time the Falcons score a playoff touchdown in the postseason, SunTrust Bank will donate $5,000 to the Atlanta Falcons Youth Foundation. Get some points on the board there, Falcons. Akers getting ready to kick off from right to left, steps into the football, and here it is. It is high and taken at the 5-yard line by Allen Rossum. He's up to the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, takes it to the outside across the 35 and knocked out of bounds just short of the 40. A late penalty flag at the 36-yard line in front of the Eagles bench. Hits a 34-yard return, and this may be going against the Falcons.
I'm not sure if not Kozlowski on 82 again. That's twice that 82 has drawn penalties. He did it on McAdams on that first kickoff, and now maybe
during the return by the receiving team, number 85. 10-yard penalty First down.
Your eyes are good, Jeffrey. It is indeed Brian Kozlowski.
You know, penalties have killed him so far in the first.
Three penalties for a total of 35 yards.
Yeah, the penalties and the passing game of the Eagles have hurt them. There's no doubt about it. You got to get something going on offense, and just you don't need a touchdown. You need 3 points. Keep the game in perspective.
3 minutes, 41 seconds left. Opening quarter of play here in Philadelphia. It is 10-0. Eagles leading the Falcons. Philadelphia got a touchdown courtesy of a 40-yard interception from Bobby Taylor. Trevor Gaylor is split to the far side. In the left slot is Quentin McCord. To the right is Brian Finneran on 1st and 10 from the 26 of the Eagles. Vick wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. Being chased far side of the football field. He's looking, and he loses the football trying to throw it away, or it may have slipped out of his hands along the far sideline. But whatever the case may be, it'll bring up 2nd down and long. Hugh Douglas was the man chasing Mike Vick.
Well, Corey Simon beats Keenan Forney early.
Penalty marker over there along the far sideline, Jeff, so that may be grounding against Atlanta.
Either that or they hit Mike Vick out of bounds. But Forney, you don't want to get beat quick in any game, and Forney can't allow Simon to do that. He's only got 2 sacks this year.
Pete, do you see what's going on?
Intentional grounding.
Yep.
Offense, number 7. He was out of the pocket. However, the ball went directly to the ground, did not get back to the line of scrimmage. The 10-yard penalty, loss of down, 2nd down.
All right, Pete, back to you.
Vick got up off the sidelines very slowly. He hurt his left hand, and he's shaking his left-handed wrist as he goes back to the huddle.
Well, as we take a look at the replay as he goes down, he is falling on that left hand and left wrist, and you know he has had that thumb issue here in the latter part of the season. We'll see if it impacts him. In the last 5 games of the regular season, Mike Vick was under 50%. He was around 46.8, and attributed much of that to the fact that his thumb was hurting on his passing game. So that is something we'll watch very, very carefully now. 4 wide receivers on 2nd and 20 from the 16-yard line. Warwick Dunn in motion coming to the backfield. Now swinging it out to Dunn. Penalty marker goes flying as Dunn is hit at the 21-yard line. Todd Weiner, maybe a hold. And I think so because of the reaction from Mike Vick. It is one of anguish. Preliminary indication holding against Atlanta.
Well, you're going to let him through on a screen, and you want to set it up. It looks like it was set up well on the left side.
Offense number 71. Half the distance to the goal is declined. 3rd down.
Travis Claridge.
Nothing's going right, though. You know, nothing's working. They're getting penalized. They're making mistakes. Settle down out there. You got to just settle down and don't try to do too much. Well, I mean, you'd like to make a 16-yard first down, but I think you got to throw it short and maybe hope you get a little run after the catch against this rush. This rush is really hurting him right now.
Falcons, Jeff, are 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They've got a 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 from their 20-yard line. Gaylor to the left, along with Quentin McCord, and the slot timeout. Mike Vick wants to come over to talk with Dan Reeves, and they are waving the white towels here at Veterans Stadium. We will keep it here. We've got 3 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter of play. This has been a very long quarter and hasn't been much fun from the Falcon perspective.
Yeah, let's see. Well, Crumpler, I see him out there now a little bit. I think you're going to get Crumpler lined up on one of these linebackers or Blaine Bishop. Bishop's a tough guy, a very good run support guy, not an interceptor, not a playmaker, but a very tough guy in a run support position. Had that fine career so many years, 8 years or 9 years with Houston and Tennessee Oilers. Just came over this year. But I think I'd like to see Algie Crumpler match up a little either the strong safety or one of those linebackers.
One of the headlines coming into this game would be Mike Vick against the Philadelphia defense. Everybody had talked about how Vick had struggled with the Tampa Bay defense in both of those meetings this season, and there are the statistical similarities between the two Ds, though there's a stylistic difference. But so far, Mike Vick has really struggled against 2 teams this year in terms of, really not having a sense of getting something done, and that's Tampa Bay and now Philadelphia, at least in the first quarter.
And Jeff, I think it's an overall offensive struggle against 2 good defensive teams.
3rd and and 16 from the Atlanta 20-yard line. Here comes the blitz. Vick pumps once, then spins, throws to Warwick Dunn. Makes the catch. 25-30, 35,
nice.
And up to the 37-yard line. A first down for Warwick Dunn. A gain of 17. He needed 16. And a great job by Mike Vick. A wonderful fake that really set up the play to Warwick Dunn.
Yeah, a fake screen right, comeback screen left. He does a 360 as he's dropping back and sets this play up. Excellent block by Travis Claridge out there. I didn't catch the number. It might have been the linebacker, 56, Sean Barber, that he clipped off, and that freed Warwick up the numbers.
They need to flip off more of them at this point. Gaylor to the left, Finneran to the right. I formation on 1st and 10 from the 37. Here comes the blitz draw play. It is to Warwick Dunn, and he is met and brought down. Nothing there, no gain. Corey Simon and also Brandon Whiting are there for the Philadelphia Eagles as the clock runs. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left, opening quarter of play. 10-0. Eagles lead the Falcons. Falcons staring at a 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Simon, a number 1 draft choice 3 years ago out of Florida State. He's a load. He's 6'2", about 310, 315. Forney's got his work cut out for him tonight. I think Forney struggles against big, quick, powerful guys. He's one of them.
Gaylor to the left, Finneran to the right, and lining up in the backfield is Quentin McCord with Warwick Dunn. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 10 from the 37. Here comes the blitz, and the give is to McCord. Right side, makes a cut, and he is down to the 46, 47-yard line, very close to a first down. A gain of 9, tackle by Troy Vincent. And with 1:25 and running, he is going to be just inches short, Jeff, I think, of the first down as we watch this spot very carefully. Let's see if they will measure. And it'll be 3rd and less than 1.
Yeah, nice play calling. They're using McCord very well tonight. Blitz off the left side by Dawkins. They run away from it. They're using McCord excellently out of the backfield tonight.
Duckett and George Lane, and now Algie Crumpler line up in the backfield on 3rd and 1 from the 47 of Atlanta. Vick under center. The handoff is to Duckett. Left side met behind the line of scrimmage, and he loses a couple. Corey Simon is there. It's a loss of 2. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's I-lead play, power lead. We've seen them use this and had great success last week, a little bit else during the season. Levon Kirkland got to weigh 310, maybe 1 Philly cheesesteak shy of 320. Really fills that hole.
Brian Mitchell back at his 15. 3rd punt coming for Chris Moore, who stands at his 32-yard line. He is averaging 40 yards per punt. And here is the snap. Here comes the pressure, and Moore gets rid of it. A pretty good punt. Spiral that turns over, and Mitchell takes a lick as he takes the football, and he hangs on to it miraculously. It's a 40-yard punt and a big stick for the Falcons on special teams. I don't know how Mitchell hung on to the football, but Kevin McAdam, the special team ace for the Falcons, on the hit.
Excellent job by the Falcons punt coverage, which is, I think, 2 in the league, and I think this is the number 2 or the number 6 punt return team in the league with Brian Mitchell. McAdams, Artie Ulmer, Semino, just having great years. John Del Cardi having very fine years on the special teams. Stewart is having a good year on the special teams.
11 seconds remain, opening quarter. 10-0 Eagles lead the Falcons. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line for Donovan McNabb. Straight drop, looking near side, now down the middle. Hit as he throws the football, and it is caught. Coming up with the football, a gain of 3 is Cecil Martin. Is it Martin or is it Deuce Staley? The crowd will tell you it's Deuce Staley who came up with the football. McNabb got smacked, and that ball was lucky that it wasn't picked off from the Philadelphia Eagles perspective. All right, that's the end of the first quarter. All Philadelphia, 10-0 on top of the Falcons. 10-0 Eagles are leading the Falcons. I'm Jeff Hullinger with Jeff Van Note. Pete Davis, Billy White, Hughes Johnson. First downs, Atlanta 3, Philly 3. Rushing yards, each team about 24 yards. Passing yards, 53 for Atlanta, 47 for Philadelphia. Total yards, 67 Atlanta, 72 Philadelphia. 1 turnover that resulted in that Bobby Taylor touchdown of 40 yards. And none for Philadelphia. 4 Falcon penalties, 45 yards. So the story really for the Falcons, I think, has been turnovers and penalties, at least in the first quarter. 2nd and 7 from the 17 for Philadelphia. McNabb, play action, looking, now going long down the middle of the field. It's caught! It's caught by James Thrash. And a first down, working on Jerron Bolden. 38-yard completion and an injured Atlanta Falcon down right now.
That's Jerron Bolden. He was running stride for stride with Thrash, and all of a sudden it looked as if the ball was in the air and he's getting ready to make a play, and his knee buckled on him. He either slipped or his knee buckled, and that's when Thrash went up and made the play instead of Jerron.
He slipped. Looking at the replay, Falcons are slipping out there. Well, tough to tell if he slipped or if he got his legs tangled up, and it looks like it is a knee, Jeff.
Well, he's been bothered with a calf injury, I think, and but it looked as he sees the ball in flight. Thrash does too. He's getting ready to make a play. It looks like his right leg went out from under him.
All right, we'll take a break. 14:47 left before halftime. 10-0 Eagles, and they'll have a first down in Falcon territory when we come back. This is the WGST.
Delta Airlines and Coca-Cola. The score check earlier today, AFC Divisional. Tennessee in overtime over Pittsburgh, 34-31. Joe Nedney the winner. 26-yard field goal in the extra session. Back out to Philadelphia.
Today's game brought to you in part by Southern Link, and Dan Reeves has come over to check on Jerron Bolden, who is still down. They brought out the cart for him, and Dan is arguing with the official.
Maybe he thinks there should be interference. I'm looking at a replay, and I don't know what Dan's arguing about, but just as he's about ready to make a play, it appears that his knee buckles on him or his leg buckles on him, and instead Thrasher's able to go up to make that kind of play.
Jeff, this is a game now that the Eagles are making plays. You take a look, it's 10-0. Forget the turnover if you can that resulted in the 40-yard touchdown sprint by Taylor. But you know what? The Falcons haven't been getting hammered here, but there is that important element to talk about plays that the Eagles are making, the Falcons are not.
Well, it's a distressing first quarter. Their playmakers are making plays. Pinkston's making a catch. Thrasher makes that catch. McNabb makes the scramble. Lewis makes a catch. On the other side of it, the Falcons are not making plays. Bobby Taylor made a play for them. They gave him the 7-point lead. Mike Vick has made one play, the early scramble. After that, he's got an intentional ground. He's got an interception for a touchdown. Warwick made a great third down pickup on that screen. But you need to start your guys have got to make more plays. Your playmakers have to make more plays than their playmakers because, quite frankly, they got 7 established Pro Bowl guys. They got some guys going to the Pro Bowl, and they might have more experienced, established playmakers than you do.
Eagles players: Chad Lewis, Donovan McNabb coming over, Deuce Staley coming over to wish Jerron Bolden well.
A lot of class in the NFL, not necessarily in the stands everywhere, but a lot of class among players in the NFL.
Jeff Thomason coming over as well. And it is the second Atlanta Falcon that we have seen here in the first half that has been carted off. And Jerron Bolden yelling at his teammates to make some plays as he is being carted off. So 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Ray Buchanan, who did not start, has been suffering with that abdominal injury. And he was going to be used tonight in nickel situations. But now, because of the injury to Bolden, he is going to have to play the full load. 1st and 10 from the 41 for Donovan McNabb. Receivers right and left. Deuce Staley gets the carry, and it's right up the middle. And he picks up 3 yards before he is brought down by a host of Atlanta Falcons. Among them, Brady Smith is at the bottom of the pile. So that will bring up 2nd and about 6.5 from the 39-yard line. Sam Rogers also over there for the Falcons.
Got to tighten up the coverage. That's one of the impressive things about Green Bay was the secondary was like a cheap suit of clothes on the Green Bay receivers all over him, and you got to do the same thing tonight. Tighten up the coverage, and you got to get to McNabb. The run game is not hurting you. They're doing a good job of bottling up the Eagles' run game.
Thrash to the right, Pinkston to the left, McNabb under center, now in motion. Jeff Thomason, the tight end, to the left, now to the right. Penalty markers are flying, and let's see if that is motion penalty perhaps against Trey Thomas, the left tackle out of Florida State in his 5th year now. 6'7", 350 pounds of offensive lineman.
False start on the offense, and illegal snap by number 63. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
First penalty of the ball game against Philadelphia. So that'll bring up 2nd and 12. And they'll move it back to the 43-yard line of the Falcons. 10-0. The Eagles lead the Falcons here. We're in the second quarter with the clock running at 13:53 before halftime. Dorsey Levens and Antonio Freeman have checked into the ball game. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Levens behind Donovan McNabb. The wind picking up here at Veterans Stadium. Quick throw across the middle, and it is caught at the 34-yard line and brought down, a gain of 10 yards. And the catch is made by James Thrash out of Missouri Southern, the wide receiver. A quick throw by Donovan McNabb was right on its mark, and his numbers so far 7 of 9 for 100 yards.
He's hurting him. I mean, he is sharp, 7 to 900 yards, 19-yard run. He is hurting him.
3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Pinkston to the right, Thrash to the right. Dorsey Levens is the single setback behind Donovan McNabb. And McNabb wants to throw. Quick drop, looking across the middle. The catch is made by Pinkston. First down as he gets to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, tackled by Ray Buchanan. Fred Weary is over there as well. But again, McNabb delivers when the Eagles need him to do so. And they are moving again on this Falcons defense.
Yeah, 2 plays in a row. They're on the double slants. Inside guy, I think that was Freeman on the inside. He slanted. He wasn't open. On the outside, it was Pinkston because there was nobody between them.
Brian Westbrook into the ball game out of Villanova, the 3rd-round pick, and Deuce Staley. And now 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, so 5 receivers for McNabb, nobody behind him. On 1st and 10 from the 28 of Atlanta. Here comes the blitz. McNabb setting, throwing, and it is complete. The catch is made by Brian Westbrook, who makes the grab. It's a pickup of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and about 6.5. Gerald McBurrows on the tackle for the Falcons, near sideline of the field. And the clock running now at 12 minutes left here in the second quarter. 10-0. Eagles lead the Falcons.
Tighten up, D. Hold them to a field goal attempt.
7th play of the drive coming up. Todd Pinkston to the left. To the right is Thrash. An I formation behind McNabb of Staley and Martin. Falcons showing blitz. Deuce gets the ball. A missed tackle for the Falcons by McBurrows, but Ed Jasper, the former Eagle, is there to wrap him up. He'll pick up about a yard, and that is it. So it's now 3rd and 5 from the 23-yard line of the Falcons. Chad Lewis said of McNabb that he brings out the very best in this football team. On the offensive side, on the defensive side, having him in the lineup is a huge lift for the Eagles. 3rd down conversions, 1 of 3. And 2 receivers to the left, now 2 receivers to the right. Nobody behind McNabb on 3rd and 6 from the 24. Falcons are showing blitz. McNabb, quick drop, going up top near sideline for Thrash. And it's incomplete. Penalty marker flying. Ray Buchanan. 1 marker, 2 markers, and that is pass interference against Ray Buchanan.
It's Kevin Mathis. I think it's 24 instead of 34 down
there. Is it Fred Weary then?
I'm sorry, Fred Weary instead of Ray Buchanan. 24 instead of 34. They were hand fighting all the way down. I want to talk it over, but I think Fred's going to come out on the short end of this. Come on, give us a break.
James Thrash really was out of the mix with McNabb injured. He kind of disappeared once.
There were fouls by both teams.
Oh, good.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 63 of the offense, and pass interference, number 24 of the defense. Those fouls offset. What do you do 3rd down?
All right, so there's some good news for the Falcons. There hasn't been a lot here in this first half, but that certainly is very, very nice.
And you got to watch the matchups, too. That is not a good matchup for the Falcons. You're right. Thrash did not catch much when Detmer was in there and when Feely was in there. When McNabb's in there, he likes to go to him. He is a flyer, a speedster. Originally drafted by this team, went to Washington, caught only about 15 balls in 3 years, but has really blossomed here this year with McNabb.
Yeah, Thrash caught 41 passes in his first 10 games, but after McNabb's injury, only 11 the rest of the season. It's 3rd and 6 from the 24. McNabb wants to throw, being chased out of the pocket. He'll keep the football. He's got the first down, it looks like. Nope, he's going to be short as he is wrapped up by John Dale Carty, who makes the stop. And Kevin Mathis is over there as well. But, man, that closed in a hurry, Jeff. It looked like he had plenty of real estate in front of him, but both of those Falcons defenders got there very quickly to ensure that he didn't get the first down. Nicely done.
Tough to do. They're using a lot of 5 outs, so you got to man up. A lot of times you're running away from McNabb. Excellent reaction by the Falcon defense.
David Akers now. He is hit from 34 yards out. This is going to be a 39-yard attempt with a little wind in his face. Here is the snap, the hold. The kick is long enough, and this is going to be good. It just got it in from the left side, from left to right, and we'll take a break. 13-0. Eagles lead the Falcons. 10:05 left before halftime. Today's game brought to you in part by 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. 9 plays, 66 yards, 5:06 of time. Akers a 39-yard field goal. The key, that 40-yard pass to Thrash. Billy White Shoes, how about some optimism?
Well, things in order to ensure a good offensive start this series, the receivers have to get off the line.
All right, Akers kicking from left to right. Up to the football, steps into it. It's high and it's short as he is kicking into the wind. Rossum will take it from his 10. He's to the 15, 20, takes it to the outside and brought down as he crosses the 25-yard line, tripped up after a 15-yard return. Keith Adams, former Clemson Tiger, is there to bring him down. We'll take a break. It is 13-0 Eagles lead. This is the WGST Atlanta Falcons.
Brought to you by Delta Airlines and Coca-Cola. Earlier today, AFC Nashville overtime. Tennessee over Pittsburgh 34-31. Tomorrow afternoon, the 2 games there, the NFL, San Francisco at Tampa, and also the Jets at Oakland. More on those games and review of Tennessee-Pittsburgh at halftime. Back out to Philadelphia.
Okay, Edgar, the start of this Falcons drive brought to you by your Greater Atlanta GMC dealers. It's cold here in Philadelphia. My, oh my, it's cold, and the Falcons offense has been awfully frosty here in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 24. Falcons going from right to left. And Mike Vick play action in trouble, tripped up and brought down at the 14-yard line. Loss of 10. Corey Simon got to him. Billy, let's go to you downstairs.
Busted play.
I was also saying that they really are going to have to get Algie Crumpler into this offense. What they're doing, they're crushing our wide receivers, and the middle's wide open. Get a Algie and go to him.
Well, they turn loose. You can't turn loose a guy. Simon is over Forney, and McClure, I think, looks left. Forney looks right. He just runs right up the middle. You just can't turn loose a guy like that.
2nd and long. 2nd and 20 from the 14-yard line. Finneran comes to the near side, and Trevor Gaylor goes to the far side. Mike Vick will have to take a timeout here. Some confusion in the backfield. So we've got 9 minutes, 22 seconds left before halftime. And listen to this crowd in Philadelphia. They are sensing an Eagles evening, and so far it has been that. In case you missed it earlier today, Tennessee defeated Pittsburgh 34-31. And the Falcons now looking at a 2nd and 20 from the 14. Is it the defense that's confusing them right now, Jeff? Are they seeing something they didn't anticipate?
No, I don't think so. I think they're making mistakes. They made, that was a huge mistake. Forney went right, McClure went left. Simon comes free. You know, there was some miscommunication of how they wanted to block that, and the penalties hurt them early when they had some field position, and they're just not making any plays. They made one play, I think, somewhere in the first half, and that was a 3rd down conversion when Warwick Dunn caught that little screen and picked up about 10, 12 yards to pick up the first down.
If you want to get Falcons season tickets for 2003 and beyond, a $100 seat deposit guarantees you won't miss a minute of Falcons action in 2003. Call 404-223-8444 today. 404-223-8444 today. All right, they're waving the white towels here that they handed out before the fans came in to the vet tonight. The stadium is in its final gasp as the home of the Eagles as they get ready for a beautiful new stadium called the Lincoln Financial Field, which right now is being built. Looks like it's going to be a very sweet place for these Eagles to play in the years ahead. The only deal is many of these fans will not be allowed in over there because they're not nice enough.
66,000, I think, is going to seat. $530 million. Just building it right next door to where this
Will
one
they
is.
bring that jail and that court they have downstairs here over there? I would imagine that they will.
I think they might even enlarge it.
Sort of like that HBO show Oz.
Well, you have a night game here at 8 o'clock. There's a lot of folks liquored up.
And that's 8 in the morning, too. 2nd and 20 from the 14-yard line. Gaylor coming in motion to join Finneran on the near side. Mike Vick wants to throw. Setting across the middle, and it is caught. And caught at the 25-yard line for a gain of 10 yards by Algie Crumpler, just as Billy Whiteshoes was talking about. The middle is open, if you want to call that open. That was a great pass and a fine reception by Crumpler hanging on to the football. Check it, that's Reggie Kelly. And Kelly making that grab, but it's a nice job by the Falcons. And 3rd and 10 from the 24. Gaylor to the right. McCord in the left slot. Split to the left is Brian Finneran. Mike Vick under center. Warwick Dunn is behind him. Fans on their feet here in Veteran Stadium. Vick wants to throw. Setting, now being chased. Coming to the near side on the run. Letting it go wide open is McCord, who makes the grab, and he is banged out of bounds along the Eagles sideline at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 22 and a first down.
Excellent job by Mike Vick. They're blitzing off this backside. He's running away from it, and he sees McCord busted coverage down here by the Eagles this time. Bobby Taylor short. Al Harris not in the picture. One of those guys turned loose McCord.
1st and 10 from the 47 of the Atlanta Falcons. Clock at 8 minutes and 25 seconds in running. Receivers right and left. Warwick Dunn is behind Mike Vick. 4-man defensive front. They're showing blitz. Let's see if they come again. They are. Handoff is to Dunn, right side, now cuts back toward the middle. He's in Eagle territory and down to the 42-yard line, a gain of 11 yards. Tackled by Sean Barber, and another first down for the Falcons. So pass and run equates to 2 quick first downs for Atlanta.
Catch him in the blitz. Excellent job this time by Forney. He folds Levon Kirkland down over McClure, who's blocking on, I think it's Walker. Big hole right behind Keenan Forney. Well done.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of Philadelphia. Gaylor right, Finneran to the left. Warwick Dunn behind Mike Vick now. Reggie Kelly comes up to the left side where he lines up. Vick is talking. 1st and 10 from the 42 of the Eagles. Vick handing off to Warwick Dunn. Right side, hits the hole in a hurry and is down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Tackled by Levon Kirkland out of Clemson now in his 11th year. Carlos Emmons also is over there.
Nice job. They got some rhythm on their offense. Todd Weiner, good block downfield. I think it was on Emmons, the linebacker. I'm sorry, maybe it was on Brandon Whiting, but an excellent job by Travis Claridge and pulling. This is Travis Claridge's best year in the football. He's a mauler. He's really done a nice job improving his play this year.
Gaylor to the right, Finneran to the left on 2nd and 3 from the 35. Finneran now in motion, offset, formation, play action. Vick setting, in trouble, gets rid of the football as he is hit. And over the head of Reggie Kelly, who is wide open at the 15-yard line. Nobody within about 5 or 6 yards of him, but there was so much pressure on Vick, he just had to throw the ball away. And look at the reaction, Jeff, from Mike Vick right now. It's one of, oh man, what might have been.
Give me more time. Give me more time. Blitz that time. Kirkland coming around. Big mismatch. Warwick Dunn's doing his best. But, you know, here's Warwick Dunn at what, 185 pounds, having to block that 300-pound Kirkland. Need a little more time.
Finneran and McCord come to the left, to the right. Trevor Gaylor on 3rd and short. 3rd and 3 from the 35. Mike Vick out of the shotgun. 4-man defensive front. They've been sending a lot of blitzes his way. Not this time. Vick straight drop, in trouble, coming on the run to the near side. Looking, now ordering, pumps once and runs out of bounds. And he is going to have enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4. Knew where he had to get to. Paul Grasmanis was after him, the right tackle on the fly. But Paul at 300 pounds out of Notre Dame is not going to catch Mike Vick from behind.
Yeah, you got to tighten up the offensive line. This is only 4-man rush. This is not a blitz, but there's some confusion between Forney on that right side about who he's supposed to be blocking. Grasmanis is running way too free.
1st and 10 from the 31. Finneran to the right. Gaylor will come to the left. Vick under center. They have been sending a lot of blitzes at Mike Vick. And now Vick on the handoff. It is to Warwick Dunn. He's to the 25 and down to the 21-yard line. Broke away from a couple of would-be tacklers at the line of scrimmage for 9.5 yards. Tackled by Brandon Whiting. But what a great job by Warwick Dunn, who had that great sort of hesitation or delay to be able to evade those tacklers.
Well, it's an excellent job by Finneran. He's coming in on motion. They're going to blitz the strong safety, Blaine Bishop, on that side. Finneran does a nice job of knocking him down, and that's the delay. Warwick runs into him and then finds a hole.
It began at their own 24. This is the 9th play of the drive. 2nd and 1 from the 22 of the Eagles. I formation behind Mike Vick. Receivers right and left. Vick takes the snap, gives the ball to Warwick Dunn. Left side, and Dunn picks up 3. That's enough for a Falcons first down. Very close to the 18-yard line, maybe the 19, depending on the spot, but a fine job by the Falcons offense. And Jeff, you talked about it, about the rhythm that they seem to be finding. They're finding a little bit of their rhythm against this very stout, very aggressive defense of Andy Reid.
You're right. Warwick Dunn starting to make some plays for him. They feel it a little bit now. The big pickup on Mike Vick on the scramble on the 3rd down, but he knows that if he had a little time to play before, he might have had a touchdown. On that pass, it was incomplete.
Dunn 9 carries, 41 yards. Now a 3 tight end set for the Falcons. Lining up in the backfield right now is Algie Crumpler outside of the I formation. Fake pitch. Now it is Mike Vick coming near side, going into the end zone for Kozlowski over his head near side, who is well covered by the Eagles defense. Back there, Michael Lewis, the 2nd-round draft pick, the former Colorado Buffalo, 6'1", 210-pounder. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 19.
Well, they must be trying to trick play. I mean, thinking that maybe they turn Kozlowski loose because he really hasn't. They haven't been throwing to him in the last 3 or 4 games. He's covered by 3 people though: Bishop, Lewis, as you said, Carlos Emmons, the linebacker. All 3 down there with Kozlowski.
2nd and 10 from the 19. This drive has gone 5 minutes and 5 seconds. 10 plays so far. 3 receivers to the right. Mike Vick under center. Now in motion, Reggie Kelly coming to the near side. Warwick Dunn behind Vick. Vick wants to throw, setting this time with time. Looks left, looks right, dumps it to Warwick Dunn. Right side, he's to the 20, he's to the 15, and that's where he is brought down. A nice job by Barry Gardner, the middle linebacker out of Northwestern, a gain of 4. Looked like that might have been even more than that had he been able to get away from Gardner, but not the case. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 from the 15.
Yeah, Gardner, a short yardage specialist, or leading tackler on special teams, a very sure tackler. And you said it, Jeff. That was a great tackle. One-on-one open field. I thought Warwick might have gotten away from him.
Reggie Kelly checks out. Quentin McCord checks in. So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Mike Vick. On 3rd and 7 from the 16-yard line. Crowd on their feet. They are showing blitz. Here they come. Vick setting in trouble and tries to dump it off. It's incomplete. And if the ball is alive, it's scooped up by Brian Finneran in the event, but I think it was already down. Blaine Bishop is the man who hit Mike Vick, and we'll see Jay Feely.
I think he was outside the tackle box. I hope he was. Double safety blitz. Bishop and Dawkins both off the edges. Don't have enough to pick them up. Nice job by Micah throwing the ball away.
Jeff, how are they going to handle this blitz?
Well, if you're running double safety blitz in the middle of the field, it's going to either be covered by linebackers, but somebody's got to make some kind of sight adjustments if they did not have enough people to pick it up. I mean, if they only had, in that case, because Dunn was out in the pattern, they only had 5 to pick up 6. Somebody's going to come free. It was going to be Bishop. You got to get rid of it like he did.
When you talk about a zone blitz, how is that different from, the kind of blitz that we saw last week in Green Bay?
A man-for-man blitz means that somebody's blitzing and everybody's manning up on the receivers. Zone blitz means that maybe they replace a safety on a linebacker or a linebacker on a defensive tackle, and he drops back and covers an area rather than manning up. It's been the rave of the NFL in the last 4 or 5 years.
Jay Feely, a 34-yard field goal attempt. It is long enough, and it is good. So the Falcons are on the board. And they cut into that Eagles lead, and that is sweet, getting some points out of that, Jeff. That's got to do a lot for the psyche along that far sideline over there in those white jerseys and black jackets at this point. 13-3, Eagles lead the Falcons. We've got 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Well, I think Coach Reeves can feel, somebody's saying, well, no, wait a second. You get out and play in the first half. Why aren't you going for a touchdown? They needed some points. They had some rhythm in their offense. They were moving the ball. You're gaining some confidence in what you're doing offensively. Settle down, pick up the blitz, try to make some plays. maybe you can still get something going here before the half if your defense will come up with some plays.
4 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first half. 13-3, Eagles lead the Falcons. And all things considered, with the way this ball game has gone, that is not that insurmountable of a lead.
Not at all. You just can't let them have anything for the half. You'd like to see them make a mistake. I think they got one penalty so far, or maybe they had an offsetting penalty. They only had one penalty, and that was a 5-yard motion on Trey Thomas. So they played a pretty perfect game if you look at it from the Eagles' point of view.
That drive for the Falcons, 13 plays, 59 yards, 5:55 a time. Feely, the 34-yard field goal. The key was that 22-yard pass to McCord. Brian Mitchell is deep for the Eagles, the ever-present one. What a remarkable career he has had, returning kicks in punts, over 22,000 yards in an NFL career. Just been extraordinary.
Yeah, it has.
And durable, too.
You think of kick returners, usually they're young guys. 12 years in the league.
He's 32 years of age. It is an onside kick by the Falcons. Penalty markers are going flying, near side, far side. And that is going to be recovered by the Falcons. Now let's see the penalty now.
Great call. Gutsy call, Coach Reeves. But maybe offsides on the Falcons. That's usually where that flag is, isn't it?
Here we go.
Offsides on the Falcons. Usually when that flag comes off from that side judge or line judge.
Feely is arguing right now with the official. And here's Mike Carey. No, not yet.
Pretty gutsy call to go for an onside kick, though, with 4:09 left.
First touched by the receivers, then recovered by the kickers. However, the kickers were offside. Number 50, 5-yard penalty, re-kick from the 25-yard line.
Well, a great effort. You get to kick it again, but I like the call.
Artie Ulmer was offsides. Special team expert for the Falcons. That time offsides. Too bad.
It's like an eagle herd over there.
See if we can see who that is from here. Is it Brian Mitchell?
Might have been the guy who was trying to catch that ball. He got drilled. I don't think it's Mitchell. I think he was way deep. It's 39, Sheldon Brown out of South Carolina.
Is it Brian Westbrook?
Sheldon Brown out of South Carolina, the first-year defensive back that they really like here. They drafted 3 DBs in the last draft. They're building a nice young football team here. Very good cap situation. Jeff Lurie, the owner. Joe Banner, president. Interesting story. Ran clothing stores, and he has done a great job of bringing their cap under control. They're in better cap position than anybody in the NFC East.
Last time the Eagles were in the Super Bowl, 81 against the Raiders from
down in New Orleans.
Leonard Toews was the owner.
That's right. Tootsie. That's when Matuzak was playing for the Raiders. May he rest in peace. And he was in charge of keeping the Raiders off the streets down there.
Formidable job.
The Twos. Cruising with the Twos is his book.
Leonard Toews with all that gambling in Atlantic City and
living in a hotel here in Philadelphia. Lost everything. I think Coach Vermeil has been very loyal to him, as Mr. Toews hired Vermeil and was loyal to Dick, leading that team to that Super Bowl.
Ron Jaworski, the quarterback.
Jaws is here tonight.
Getting ready for Feely to kick off from right to left, and this time he steps into the football. It is high and it is deep, taken at the 4 by Brian Mitchell. He'll bring it back toward the middle of the field, and bang is he hit at the 11-yard line. A fine stick for the Falcons. And on the hit for Atlanta is George Lane, who makes the hit. The fullback out of TCU, a return of 8 yards. So with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left, we'll see Donovan McNabb and the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles up 13-3 on the Falcons here in the second quarter.
Well, you got 2 of your timeouts left. The Falcons, where are they?
1.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1 timeout left. A lot of time. Play some defense. Hold them down here. They haven't hurt you with the run. You've been doing a great job on the run. Tighten up on your coverage.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 from the 13. Receivers right and left. McNabb on the give. It is to the tailback, Deuce Staley. And Staley up to the 18-yard line, a gain of 5. Tackled by Patrick Kearney, who grew up as a Philadelphia Eagles fan. It's a gain of 6 yards, 2nd and 4 for the 19.
It's the longest run I think they've had tonight by Deuce Staley. You can't allow that to happen. Way too much.
Falcons defense at Green Bay allowed 2.9 yards per carry. They have been very tough against the run. You can't let Deuce Staley start to find a little bit of running room. 2nd and 4 from the 19. Clock running at 3 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the second quarter. Receivers right and left. Donovan McNabb under center. Deuce Staley behind McNabb. Quick drop, looking left, now looking right, being chased. Out of the pocket he comes, on the run, throwing, and it's dropped near sideline by Todd Pinkston. Pinkston would have had the grab right in front of the Eagles bench at about the 27 or 28-yard line, but it's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the 19.
That's a big break for the defense. Nice job by John Theory. He's inside on the rush, forcing McNabb out. McNabb on the run throws that ball behind Pinkston. Pinkston's got to reach back to try to get it.
Big down here. You're talking about 3rd and 4 from the 19 with 3:15 left here in the second quarter, Jeff. If your defense does the job here, then you get an opportunity to get something going offensively, and the Falcons' offense has certainly been starting to find its way.
They've been doing a good job on 3rd down, 1 out of 4.
Staley is the lone setback. Here is the pitch, though. It is to James Thrash, left side. Thrash has the 1st down, and he is run out of bounds at the 30-yard line by Ashley Ambrose, a gain of 11. It was a pitch to the wide receiver who came back on the reverse and got enough for the 1st down. A little bit of trickery there in the Falcons' bit.
Well, a nicely designed play. The fake pitch to Deuce Staley, Thrash on the end around out of the slot. Excellently executed by McNabb and Thrash. And give him credit, fool the Falcons.
Pinkston to the left, Thrash comes to the right, Staley behind Donovan McNabb on 1st and 10 from the 30, under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Double tight end set for the Eagles now. McNabb wants to throw, setting, looking, swings it out. Ball is up in the air, and it is incomplete. It was in the general vicinity of Matt Stewart, and if Stewart had seen the tip, maybe he would have been able to come up with the ball along the Falcon sideline.
Yeah, that's a nice job. I think it's Patrick Kearney working against Trey Thomas on that side. Gets his hand up as he throws the ball.
That'll stop the clock with 2:46 left here in the first half. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. To the near side is Thrash. To the far side is Pinkston. Deuce Staley behind Donovan McNabb. And now in motion, it's Jeff Thomason. And here's the handoff. Staley up the middle, and he is met by Patrick Kearney for no gain and thrown back. Kearney was the first man to hit him, but then a wave of Falcons are there to help out, among them Chris Draft, who has had an excellent season, the 4-year pro, the outside linebacker from Stanford. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 30 with 2:25 and running.
They've done a good job defensively. You know, the 7 points is scored by the interception return for a touchdown. They need to tighten up coverage, but they also need to get to McNabb. Get to McNabb and get him down.
Thrash and Freeman go to the left, Pinkston to the right. 3rd and 10 from the 30. It looked like Kearney jumped off sides, but here's a quick throw across the middle. It's complete, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. No penalty markers. That's the good news. Gain of 7. Todd Pinkston on the reception. But, Jeff, it looked for a moment like maybe offsides. Agree or disagree with that?
Could have been. Was that Kearney on the left side here? Almost moved.
Well, Falcons, we'll take a break for the 2-minute warning. Today's 2-minute warning brought to you by AMCO, AAMCO. 13-3, Eagles lead the Falcons.
Bolton has a ruptured patella tendon in his right leg.
Injury update brought to you by Piedmont Hospital. And, Jeff, you made the point that this is a very tough time of year for a knee injury because it really kind of whacks you, for the coming fall.
Yeah, I don't know much about a patella tendon, but it does not sound good for Duran, and you're right, it's tough to get hurt late in the year. This is the 30th punt coverage team in the league. You have a great chance right now to make a play.
Lee Johnson in his 18th year had a 56-yarder his last punt. Here is the snap, and Johnson steps into it, and this one is shorter. Rossum will take it at his 20. Now taking it to the right side, being chased and run out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That's where the Falcons will take over. A 43-yard punt by Lee Johnson, a 1-yard return by Alan Rossum. In a minute 49, Mike Vick has to try and put some points on the board. Falcons down 13-3, and Jeff, the thought of getting 6 here or getting 3 at the very least is something that stands very tall. It would be a huge deal for the Falcons heading into the locker room, considering the way this game went initially.
You're right. I mean, 3 points they don't need a touchdown. I mean, you can take it if you get it, but at least 3 would be great.
Start of this Falcons drive brought to you by your Greater Atlanta GMC dealers. I'm Jeff Hullinger with Jeff Van Note, Pete Davis, and Billy White Shoes Johnson from a frigid Veteran Stadium in downtown Philadelphia on Broad Street. 1st and 10 from the 21 of Atlanta. 4 wide receivers for Mike Vick. Showing blitz are the Eagles. Here they come. Vick in trouble, gets rid of the ball quickly. Crumpler can't hang on to the football at the 23-yard line. It would have been a gain of only 3. Al Harris, the veteran out of Texas A&M, was there. But, Jeff, that blitz, man, he has had no time whatsoever. Mike Vick, Brian Dawkins, the leading tackler for this Eagles team, was all over Vick before he could even sack.
Well, it came with Barber. They came with the blitz safety on Dawkins. Dawkins originally lined up on Crumpler. Mike does the right thing. He goes right to where Crumpler is. He got to make this catch, though. He drops it.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 10 from the 21. 1:45 left in the first half. Vick wants to throw. Setting. Here comes the pressure. In trouble as Mike Vick gets out of it. He's to the 25. Makes a move and slips at the 28-yard line. But Vick comes up with 7 yards when it looked like he might lose 7. Hugh Douglas was hot in pursuit of Mike Vick.
And he was almost ready to take it off right down the middle of the field. You know, I don't know about his shoes, but Mike has slipped a couple of times. I think he does here as he's getting ready to make his cut.
Falcons need to look at that shoe situation at halftime. Maybe there have been a lot of guys slipping around. 1:10 left here in the first half. Vick out of his shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Showing blitz. They are. Here they come. Vick gets rid of it quickly to Dunn near side. And Dunn stays on his feet after getting away from the initial tackler. And he is run out of bounds at the 34-yard line by Brian Dawkins. It's a gain of 5 yards and enough for a Falcon first down with 57 seconds left in the half.
Once again, nice job by Mike Vick. Sensing the blitz from the right side. Didn't catch that number. I think it's a linebacker. Nobody to pick him up. He gets the ball to Dunn. Warwick makes a great move on Barber, the linebacker.
Finneran goes to the right along with McCord. And to the left is Trevor Gaylor. In motion from left to right is Algie Crumpler on 1st and 10 from the 35 of Atlanta. Mike Vick rolling to the far side. Setting, in trouble. He'll keep the football. 35-40. 45 and down for another first down is Mike Vick, a gain of 11, tackled by Ike Reese.
Hurry up, 42 seconds. Still a lot of time.
How many timeouts do the Falcons have? Do they have 1 left? Mike Vick under center just slams the ball down to stop the clock with 34 seconds left.
Got to regroup, got to make a pass play now. Somebody's got to come up and make a pass play. They haven't really, other than I think Warwick has made a couple. I'm trying to think. Quentin McCord with maybe 1 or 2 catches, but nobody has made a pass play in the wide receiver, the tight end course for the Falcons yet. Nobody's made a decently big gain.
Brian Finneran doesn't have anything here in the first half. 2nd and 10 from the 47, shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Here comes the blitz. Vick with time this time going long. Near sideline, McCord out there and can't make the catch at the 12-yard line. Blaine Bishop came up to make the stop at the very last moment. It's incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 with 27 seconds left in the half.
Well, I think Bishop's 5'9" and not known as a big interceptor, but he's very deep, playing a very deep safety. The ball is thrown very high. Bishop had a better chance of making that catch than Quentin McCord, who had to adjust at least once during that route.
3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Gaylor and McCord will come to the near side along with Brian Finneran. So all 3 receivers are to the left. Crumpler lines up on the right side. Now Finneran in motion to the right. Vick wants to throw. Setting, looking, dumps the ball across the middle. Finneran makes the catch. He's to the 40 and down to the 37-yard line with 18 seconds left. Tackled by Ike Reese, a gain of 13. So Brian Finneran has his first catch. Here are the first half. 16 seconds are left. Timeout. Falcons call it here. And Mike Vick will come and talk with Dan Reeves. There's the play you were talking about.
Well, you just mentioned Finneran hadn't had a catch, comes up with a big catch. You need guys to make plays. These are leading receivers coming back home. Wants to show these guys a little something. That was something. Need more of it out of this Falcon offense, though.
Pete Davis, what's going on?
Well, the wind has been swirling this last second quarter here, but it's kind of died down right now for when Jay Feely comes out and tries a field goal, if he can come out and do it.
You know, they need another completion here, Jeff.
Well, it's Sean Jefferson in the game. They like to throw that out for a first down, but 7 or 8 yards, I'd take 7 or 8 yards and make it a 46-yarder, or it'd be better maybe. I don't know how the wind is from up here. I cannot tell. Pete just talked about it swirling, but this is right now where it is, what, a 54-yard attempt?
Yeah.
This is too far right now. So get it down in the low 40s. You only need to run a 7 or 8 yard out, make a play.
13-3, Eagles lead the Falcons here at Veterans Stadium with 16 seconds left in the quarter. Falcons do not have any more timeouts left. Trying to deal with that zone blitzing of Philadelphia. So 4 receivers for Mike Vick, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Warwick Dunn is behind Vick. Vick under center. Here comes the blitz. Vick in trouble and hit as he throws the ball, and it's out of bounds at the 33-yard line, incomplete. Bobby Taylor on the stick, and now it's Vick who is mixing it up now and doesn't like the hit that he took. And now talking a little stuff to the Eagles defense.
Well, I think he underestimated it. He didn't really gallop out of there going to the left. The blitz is coming from his right. It's going to be Bobby Taylor. Ike Reese, you can see him creeping in towards the line of scrimmage from out in the slot right before the snap. He needed to kind of hustle out of the way out of there.
8th play of the drive coming up. 11 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. 4 wide receivers for Mike Vick. Deep drop setting and looking, firing the ball far sideline. It's caught by Algie Krempler, run out of bounds at the 35-yard line with 4 seconds left. That's a gain of 4 yards. Troy Vincent is there, and we'll see Jay Feely. It is a tough place to be kicking field goals tonight, particularly from any kind of distance. But what a lift it would be for the Falcons if Feely can hit a 53-yard field goal here in these frigid temperatures. His longest, 52 yards, but that came in balmy Green Bay the first week of the season when the temperatures were about 85 degrees. This is going to be a 52-yard attempt with Chris Moore holding. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick is on the way. It is long enough, and it is good!
Yes.
Jay Feely nails one from 52 yards out to put the Falcons within reach of the Eagles as they make their way to the locker room. It's 13-6, Philadelphia leading Atlanta, but a change of Big Mo beginning the third quarter, Jeff Van Note.
Excellent. That's what you want to do. All you needed was 3. Just a little something. Continue that offense that you started going when you got the other score, the other field goal.
We'll take a break. This is the complexion of this ball game. There's no way that it cannot. This is a Falcons team that is hanging around 13-6 when it looked like maybe they might get punched out here in Philadelphia.
Well, I don't think they could have played any worse. They've given up some plays. McNabb, they've taken the best. Now let's see if they can give their best in the second half.
Pooch kick by Feely. It's scooped up by the up man to the 35 and 40-yard line. It is taken by Chad Lewis, a return of 13 yards. Jeff, what about the strategy there?
I don't know. I guess they thought they would get it through. They're trying to keep it away from Mitchell. And they've given the Eagles very good field position to start. The defense, though, has really got to shore up against his passing attack. I think they've done a good job of holding the run down. And for some reason, the Eagles don't look like they want to run a lot, but they have been throwing, and the Falcons have lost 2 starters now with Keon Carpenter and Yaron Bolden out there on defense.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Receivers right and left for Donovan McNabb. An I formation behind him. And now in motion, the tight end Chad Lewis from left to right. McNabb wants to throw, setting, swinging it out to the right side, all by himself. Cecil Martin makes the grab and hit hard. A gain of 5. The stick by Chris Draft, who absolutely decked him, leveled him, and pounded him. Here's Pete Davis.
In order to see why the Falcons were slipping so much in the first half, at halftime I walked across the field. It's very short, artificial grass, and it's kind of like a putt-putt golf surface. It is very slippery.
It's been a while since I played putt-putt, but I'll have to think about that analogy. 2nd and 5 from the 47. With a newborn boy, I'll be playing putt-putt within about 5 years. Receivers right and left on 2nd and 5 from the 47. Here is the give. It is to Deuce Staley, and Staley is wrapped up just short of midfield. It is a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards. So it'll bring up 3rd and short. We'll call it 3rd and 2 from midfield.
I think they've done a pretty decent job on 3rd down in the first half also. I think it was 2 for 5 at one time. Might have finished up 2 for 6, I hope, something like that.
2 for 6 indeed coming up. 3rd down and 2 from the 50-yard line.
So the Falcon defense the run hasn't hurt them. They really have given up 2 field goals basically, and this is pretty good against this high-powered Eagle offense.
Offset I formation with 2 receivers to the far side. That's the right side. Donovan McNabb rolling, looking, being chased, and throwing the football. It's incomplete at the 46-yard line of the Atlanta Falcons. Good defense by Ray Buchanan. The intended target was Todd Pinkston, but Donovan McNabb was being chased, Jeff. Putting some pressure on him is a very, very good thing.
Yeah, Sam Rogers backside, front side Patrick Kearney. It'd be nice to see him hurry him a little bit more. He was at one time 7 out of 9 in the first half. Put some pressure on him, get him on the ground. But I like what the Falcons defense is doing. As I said, they've only given up 2 field goals to an all-time highest scoring Eagle team ever.
From the 35-yard line, Lee Johnson stands and steps into the football. A poor punt, and it hits at the 19-yard line, takes a Falcon bounce, and it skits out of bounds. A 32-yard punt by Lee Johnson. We'll take a break. Falcons will have decent field position, all things considered. We'll take a break. It is 13-6 Philadelphia. This is the WGST line. Here comes the noise. Towel-waving veterans, stadium fans cheering on their Eagles. Up only 13-6 on the Falcons. 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff, Warwick Dunn. Left side trying to advance forward, but not much there. Corey Simon finds him. It's a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Let's call it generously 2nd and 7 from the 21.
That's a nice push off. Claridge, McClure working against Walker, and on the right end, Douglas there. You got to ensure the backside. That's Corey Simon. You call his name after the tackle. You know, Keenan Forney's got to cut him off and ensure the backside so he doesn't get in on it.
2nd and 7 from the 21. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Offset I formation behind Mike Vick at quarterback. And here is the give. It is to Warwick Dunn. Left side, picking and choosing, trying to find some room. Then gang tackled after a gain of 4 by Brandon Whiting is there, who hit him first and brought him down in tandem with Darwin Walker. And Walker, the 3rd-year pro out of Tennessee, the right tackle. Survival of the fittest for anybody named Darwin playing tonight.
Darwin Walker out of UT.
You bet.
Big, strong guy, originally 3rd-round draft choice, Arizona. They cut him. They picked him up here. He has turned into some players. One of the strongest people in college football when he was at UT.
3rd and short, 3rd and 3 from the 25 of Atlanta. Receivers right and left. Warwick Dunn behind Mike Vick, showing blitz. Are the Philadelphia Eagles. Here they come. Vick wants to throw. Setting, being chased, in trouble. On the run is Mike Vick, and taken down at the 13-yard line by Darwin Walker. Just as we were talking about the men out of UT, it's the 3rd sack of Mike Vick tonight. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, his 7.5 sacks this year. He is number 2 among defensive tackles in the NFL in sacks by an inside guy. Nice-looking player.
He's 6'3", 295 pounds. We'll see Chris Moore has had punts tonight of 37, 43, and 40. This will be his 4th punt of the night. And the Eagles are going to get pretty good field position. Standing at his 1-yard line is Chris Moore. Brian Mitchell standing at his 45. Here's the snap, and Moore gets rid of it. It is a short punt. Mitchell will field it in Falcon territory at the 45-yard line and brought down at the 42 by George Lane. A 31-yard punt and a 6-yard return. But the Eagles have some great field position here, leading 13-6 in the 3rd quarter. This is the WGST Atlanta Jeff Van Note, Billy White, Hughes Johnson, and Pete Davis. 13-6, Eagles lead the Falcons after a short punt by Chris Moore. Philadelphia with the ball at the 42-yard line of Atlanta.
Bad punt. Needed a punt there. All right, D. I mean, they had it on the 42, and now it's the plus 42. Defense has been back to the wall both series now.
Thrash to the right, Pinkston to the left. I formation behind Donovan McNabb on 1st and 10 from the 42 of Atlanta. McNabb quick drop, looking across the middle. It's dropped at the 25-yard line by Todd Pinkston. Ashley Ambrose was with him, but man, oh man, that was a ball that might have been caught Should have been caught, but it's easy to say that on a night when the wind chill is in the low teens.
Yeah, McNabb pulls the safety out of there by looking to the right, and then he goes back to Pinkston. Pinkston should have made that catch. That's 2 he's dropped. Maybe the one was thrown behind him, though, but he's dropped a couple of passes tonight. Inactivity, missed 2 games with that turf toe.
At running back, Brian Westbrook, and now he is split to the near side, so 2 receivers right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 10 from the 42 of Atlanta. McNabb wants to throw. Here comes the blitz off his back foot, up top, out there, and it's incomplete at the 10-yard line. Trying to hit Brian Westbrook. He had a step on his defensive man, but a lot of pressure coming on Donovan McNabb. Sam Rogers was the man who was really putting the heat on this cold night on Donovan McNabb.
You know, they come into this game with the number 6 running attack in the league.
Yeah.
And they have all they've wanted to do is throw most of this game so far against the Falcons. McNabb, I guess, the leading rusher with that 19-yard gain. I'm not sure if Deuce has got 19 yards yet.
The numbers on Deuce, 8 carries, 19 yards. 3rd and 10 from the 42. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Now in motion is Freeman. Here comes the blitz. In trouble is McNabb, and he is sacked at the 44-yard line by the Falcons defense. And Keith Brooking got to him. Coming through on the blitz, knocks down McNabb. That'll bring up 4th down, a loss of 14.
Only gave up 36 sacks this year, 28 by McNabb in the 10 games he has played. They're tough to get to. Defense, momentum has been growing and growing since that touchdown interception return by Bobby Taylor. The Falcon defense has gotten stiffer every series.
Lee Johnson is the punter, stands at his 33-yard line. Allen Rossum, the deep man for the Falcons, at his 12. A great job by the Falcons defense. And here comes the pressure. Just got it away as Johnson. And there is a late flag that goes in the direction of Artie Ulmer as the Falcons will pick it up for some unknown reason at the 2-yard line.
Oh, no.
Philadelphia says they have the football. And let's wait and see. First of all, you've got the penalty at the 35-yard line. Eagles have the ball. Huge turnover here. What a mistake. Up with the football is number 82. That is Damian Douglas.
Now, Allen Rossum is complaining as if maybe the ball must have hit an Eagle first, and that's why he was able to pick it up. Let's see. They're trying to hash it out, but it's definitely roughing or running into the punter. That's called by the referee back here.
Well, after a great stand by the defense, massive mistake on special teams for the Falcons.
Well, the running into the punter certainly was, but maybe they get a break and just get that penalty there, and they don't get the ball down here. Let's see what the call is.
So there's roughing the punter against the Falcons. Oh, what a mistake.
Oh, yeah. After that defensive stand. Well, they went after it.
The ball was illegally touched by the kicking team here.
All right, good.
However, there was a personal foul, roughing the kicker on the defense. 15 yards, automatic, first down.
Well, I guess he went down. They classified as roughing, but good. It touched an Eagle, as I said, and therefore the ball is it's not going to be a fumble if the Falcons pick it up. It's a live ball for the Falcons to be able to pick it up, or is it a dead ball there? Excuse me. No, they can make a play on the ball, and nothing will happen to them except that they'll retain possession.
Artie Ulmer's had a tough night. He was offsides on that onside kick, and then he gets credited for the roughing of the punter, Lee Johnson.
Well, they had the big touchdown recovery last week against Green Bay. He leads their special teams in tackles. Has been an outstanding special team player, but the Falcons have made a few mistakes tonight, and that's the difference in the ball game, I think, more than anything.
Let's go to Pete Davis. Pete.
They're working on Brian Finneran's left ankle on the bench right now.
Finneran has 1 catch tonight. Back home here and where he played college ball at Villanova and was briefly with the Eagles. So Philadelphia will get the ball as a result of the penalty at the 38-yard line of Atlanta. They lead 13-6. We've got 10:30 left here in the third quarter. So after a heroic defensive stand by the Falcons, the Eagles get it back courtesy of the roughing the kicker penalty.
Yeah, that one hurt. And I thought maybe just be running into the kicker, but I guess he went down hard enough where it's roughing. You certainly like to get more for your money on a roughing.
We have a conference of officials at the 45-yard line of Atlanta right now. With 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third. It is 13-6. Eagles lead the Falcons.
There was an illegal touch on the play, recovered by the kicking team. However, the unnecessary roughness, roughing the kicker, negated it. First down.
All right, so first down for the Eagles. Up by a touchdown on the Falcons here in the third quarter. The defense did it once. Can they do it again? Thrash to the right. Pinkston will come to the left. I formation behind Donovan McNabb. Deuce Staley is in the backfield. Now Chad Lewis. He is in motion from left to right. McNabb the give. Deuce Staley right side and brought down at the 35-yard line, perhaps the 34 on the tackle. Ed Jasper, the former Eagle, gained a 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles.
Keeping the pressure. I mean, it might seem like if you're looking at this game, you're saying they're leading 13-6, and they're keeping the pressure on the Falcon D. I don't see it that way. I think the Falcon defense has been keeping pressure on the Eagle offense. They had the big sack in the last series. They've shut down the run game. They need to do that again. They need to tighten up their coverage and get after McNabb.
2nd and 6 from the 34. Receivers right and left. Offset I formation. Now in motion. It is Deuce Staley to the left side. McNabb, quick throw. It's caught by Chad Lewis, who makes the grab, diving for the first down along the far sideline. It's a gain of 7 and enough for the first down at the 27-yard line.
Well, that hurt. I mean, that hurt. You're taking them out of any kind of rhythm on offense, and Chad Lewis just goes free. McBurrows is late getting there in the coverage. Maybe a pick by the inside receiver Thrasher that sort of kept Gerald from getting into position.
1st and 10 from the 27. Thrash to the right. Pinkston comes to the left. I formation behind McNabb. 13-6. Eagles lead here in the third quarter. McNabb play action setting. Plenty of time. Looks left. Looks right. Down the field. Short hops it at the 10-yard line to Pinkston, who stands up immediately and says, hey, I was interfered with, but no penalty. Good defense by Ashley Ambrose.
Well, the ball skipped me before it got to him. That's an uncatchable ball if there ever was one.
Pete Davis, down to you.
Jerron Bolton has returned to the Falcons sideline, but he's on crutches. He ruptured his patella tendon in the first half. 2nd
and 10 from the 27-yard line. 13-6. Eagles lead the Falcons. 9:03 left in the third quarter. Falcons defense has done a nice job tonight. Both receivers are to the left side. It's an I formation behind McNabb. Under center is the 4-year pro out of Syracuse. The handoff. Deuce Staley sweeping right side, then cutting it in. And he is knocked out of bounds, as is the official, who also takes a shot. And that is going to be a pickup of about 2 yards. Keith Brooking for the Falcons on the tackle. Check it, 3rd and 7 from the 24.
Done a nice job all night long on 3rd down. 2 out of 7, I think, is the conversion rate for the Eagles as we go into this 3rd down conversion. I really like what the Falcon defense is doing. Hold them right here. Give them a field goal attempt.
Eagles are 2 for 8 on 3rd down conversions tonight, staring at a 3rd and 7 from the 24. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dorsey Levens now behind Donovan McNabb, the quarterback. Here is McNabb. Straight drop, looking in trouble, and he is he loses the football. It is loose, but I think the Eagles have retained possession at the 33-yard line. A great stick on Donovan McNabb, a loss of 9, and that means we'll see David Akers.
Patrick Kearney blew by Runyon, the right tackle. He left him in his tracks, beat him around the end, and he is nailing McNabb. That ball pops in the air.
Akers 2 for 2 tonight from 34 and 39. This will be a field goal attempt in the neighborhood of 51. Feely did a 52-yarder from a similar place here to end the first half. Let's see if David Akers can hit from 51. Here is the snap, the hold. The kick is on the way. It is long enough, and it hits the crossbar and is no good. No good. How about that? We'll take a break. 7:43 left in the third quarter, and it is the Eagles 13, the Falcons 6. This is the 13-6. Eagles lead the Falcons. We got 7:43 left here in the third quarter. Total offensive yards: Atlanta 191, Philadelphia 181. Receivers right and left. Finneran is back in the ball game with the sore ankle and all. Mike Vick waiting to get under center now. An I formation behind him of George Lane and Warwick Dunn. Here comes the blitz. Play action setting is Vick coming near side, and it is caught down the middle of the field by Trevor Gaylor at the 47-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Brian Dawkins on the stop, a gain of 11, and a first down for Atlanta.
Very nicely done. Gaylor crossing from the far side of the field. They run the blitz with Kirkland up the middle. Mike Vick just takes his time and picks out Gaylor running away from Bobby Taylor.
First and 10 from the 48. Finneran goes to the left. Gaylor comes to the right. I formation behind Mike Vick. Showing blitz of the Eagles. Here they come. Play action now. Vick rolling far side, pointing, trying to get a block. It is Vick now behind the block and runs out of bounds. Just short of the 40-yard line to about the 41. Let's go to Billy Whiteshoes after a 9-yard pickup.
This is just what the offense wanted. The defense have answered every challenge that was issued to them. They tried to get matched with Keon and with Jerron Bolden going down. They answered that. They only ran the ball 13 times. They shut it down. So now it's up to the offense to come up and be able to score.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Billy. Agree with that, Jeff?
You can feel it. I've been saying it. The defense has done everything you could. They've been giving up 2 field goals. Offense has got to get that rhythm going.
Gaylor to the left, Finneran to the right on 2nd and 3 from the 41. Vick quick drop, looking far side, and short hops it. Late penalty marker at the 46-yard line. That's probably a hold against the Falcons.
Yeah, the referee calling it from behind the quarterback. And, the penalties are just really have hurt the Falcons. And I think he's only been penalized one time. The Eagles one time for 5 yards, I think.
Yeah, 1 for 5. Falcons have 7 penalties,
Personal
75
foul.
yards.
Leg whip, number 38 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. Remains second down.
George Lane, the fullback, leg whip.
George is way too young to even know what a leg whip is. That was outlawed back in the 70s.
What is he, Lash LaRue?
Well, George Lane's had been outstanding on special teams. He's made 2 fine tackles, one on the kickoff coverage and one on a punt coverage.
Lane is out. Algie Crumpler will come in. So 2nd and long from the 44 of Atlanta. 2nd and 16 with 2 wide receivers to the right. Reggie Kelly lines up on the right side also. Warwick Dunn behind Mike Vick. Kelly in motion now from right to left. Vick takes the snap. He drops back. He looks, fires down the middle. It's caught by Crumpler, who makes the grab and is brought down at the 31-yard line by Barry Gardner. It is a gain of 25 yards and a first down for the Falcons.
I think that was too deep. It could have been 3 deep zone. They were dropping back, but right in the middle of the field, that is where the soft spot is, especially against 2 deep zone. Barry Gardner being covered man for man by Algie Crumpler.
Crumpler's got 3 catches for 53 yards in this ball game. Gaylor goes to the left side. Finneran will come to the right. Crumpler and Kelly both line up on the right side. Warwick Dunn behind Mike Vick. And here is the give. It is to Warwick Dunn, right side over the right tackle, plowing ahead. Not much there. Down at the 29, maybe the 28. Blaine Bishop, 10-year veteran out of Ball State. It's a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Ball State fired their head coach. They'll have a new head coach in 2003. I did a Ball State game this year with Marshall.
Their coach must not be doing too well.
No, they let Byron Leftwich stand back there and torch him for about 400 yards. Not a single blitz all day. 2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. Finneran goes to the left. Coming to the right is Trevor Gaylor. Also to the left, Reggie Kelly and Algie Crumpler lining up in the slot. Here is Mike Vick, straight drop, looks left, looks right, now down the middle, dumps it off to Warwick Dunn, out of the backfield, spinning, and he is down to the 24-yard line, maybe the 23, stopped by Brandon Whiting. It is a pickup of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and short. We'll call it 3rd and 2 from the 23-yard line.
Yeah, they brought Bishop late. That's a zone blitz. Whiting, the defensive left end, dropping back. He's about 285, pretty solid player out of California, but dropping back into that zone to cover the flat. The slip once again by a Falcon player. Warwick Dunn slipped in that play.
Kelly is out, McCord is in. Finneran to the right. Two receivers to the left. Now Finneran in motion will go to the left on 3rd and 2 from the 23. Vick under center. Warwick Dunn is behind him. Vick wants to throw. Deep drop, standing, looking, and firing. It is caught by Gaylor and run out of bounds immediately at the 20-yard line. And that should be enough for a Falcons first down. Bobby Taylor is over there. It's a gain of 3. It is. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Like this Falcons offense right now.
I do. It's gotten into some rhythm. The protection is excellent. They're running clear out routes deep and then just pulling somebody off. And it's sort of like a dump off guy. And this time it's Trevor Gaylor.
So first down for the Falcons offense, down 13-6. With 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Coming up, the 7th play of the drive for Atlanta. They did it in Lambeau. Can they do it in Veterans Stadium on a frigid night here in Pennsylvania? 1st and 10 from the 20. 3 tight ends for the Falcons. Finneran is split to the left. I formation behind Mike Vick. Quick drop, looking, going up top for Finneran. Corner route and over his head. It is incomplete. Troy Vincent on the good coverage for the Eagles. Mike Vick's numbers so far in this ball game tonight: 15 of 25, 165 yards, and 1 interception that Bobby Taylor returned in the 1st quarter for a 40-yard touchdown.
The difference in the ball game so far. I think I just kept pecking away. You wasted a play there, but nevertheless, you got 3 right from where you are. You got to get it in for that touchdown if you can.
2nd and 10 from the 20. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Warwick Dunn is behind Mike Vick. Crowd on their feet. Vick wants to throw. Straight drop, setting in trouble. He'll keep the football. He's got room. He's to the 15, 10, 5, finding the end zone. Touchdown, Mike Vick,
man.
But hang on. There is a penalty marker at the 26-yard line, and I think it's coming back. A 20-yard touchdown sprint by Mike Vick.
Both guys are down. I don't know if that was Dawkins or Bishop, but he took a shot. And Mike Vick is down too. Took a real bad shot to his ribs, it looked like.
Holding against the Falcons, and Vick is still down. And here comes Dan Reeves out onto the field.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10 yards till 2nd down.
Travis Claridge.
Oh, man. Penalties are just killing this team tonight.
Eating them alive on the penalties tonight. 8 penalties, 90 yards against the Falcons. And more importantly, Mike Vick is down and is not getting up right now.
Well, he saw the end zone. He knew they were going to converge. Everybody was running off. They were manned up out there. And Mike sees the break. He sees the end zone. He's going for it. And I couldn't see which safety that was, but somebody really came in and really hit a blow. That's Dawkins. Put his helmet right in his rib cage. He's up. Both players are up. Heck of a collision. Heck of a play by both football players.
Vick just shook hands with Troy Vincent as he came off. And Brian Dawkins gets standing ovation as he comes off, running off, jogging off to the Eagles sideline. I'll tell you, those penalties, Jeff, you can't wax on enough about these penalties, killing them. And Travis Claridge, you hope that is not the hold that will cost them tonight. But man, oh man, what a killer that is.
Well, Simon was the real big player last year. I mean, he had a great year. And then this year he sort of tailed off. He's been hurt by an ankle injury. This Walker's really come on. He's quite a pass rusher, good against the run, and he's given Travis a full night's work.
Doug Johnson in at quarterback for Mike Vick. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 20 from the 30-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Shotgun formation. Here is Doug Johnson setting, coming near side. It's caught by Finneran. Now across the middle of the field. He's inside the 20, down to the 15. A nice job by Doug Johnson. A gain of 15 to Brian Finneran. Johnson's out. Mike Vick comes in, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the 15.
Very surprised about Philadelphia. Jim Johnson, known as a blitzer. Doug Johnson couldn't even be warmed up. And he sits in shotgun, allows him to sit back there. Great protection, and pick out Finneran.
All right, we're going to call it 3rd and 6 from the 16-yard line for the Falcons. Biggest play of the ball game for the Falcons so far. Gaylor to the left. Finneran and McCord will come to the right side. Warwick Dunn is behind Mike Vick under center. Eagles are showing blitz. Here they come. The pitch to Warwick Dunn, left side, wrapped up, back to Mike Vick, who makes the catch. He's coming to the near side. He's to the 20. The 20 and run out of bounds. That was something. Very dangerous play, and we will see Jay Feely. He will come out. It's a loss of 3. Let's go to Billy. Billy, that was a white knuckler.
Oh, no doubt about it. But, you know, the ingenuity of Michael and work done. But on that hit Michael took in the end zone, there's nothing physically wrong with him. He just had the wind knocked out of him.
All right.
Good. Double safety blitz that time, and excellent job. I don't know if it was Dawkins back in the game. If that was Dawkins, did a heck of a job of playing the option.
Feely's 2 for 2 tonight. This will be a 37-yard attempt with Chris Moore holding. Here's the snap and the hold. The kick is on the way. It is up, and it is no good. Wide right. So Feely has hit from 34 and 52, but he misses from 34, and that is a huge miss. Remains 13-6. Eagles leading the Falcons. We'll take a break. 5 minutes, and they get nothing to show for it, Jeff. The miss by Jay Feely. And Feely has had some big kicks this year, and he has also missed some big kicks, which I guess is your typical kicker in the NFL, but sometimes those misses stand out a lot more than the hits.
Well, it does that right now in that situation, controlling the ball 5 minutes, coming away with nothing.
1st and 10 from the 27 for the Eagles on top 13-6. McNabb wants to throw, setting and dumping across the middle. Deuce Staley makes the catch, and he is up to the 40, still on his feet, to the 45, to the 46. It's a gain of about 17 yards, make it 19 yards. John Dale Carty and Patrick Kearney are there to wrap him up.
Now, we haven't seen a lot of that. They have not gone to Deuce tonight very much. They did it when they put him out wide. This is over the middle. He's got 51 catches coming into tonight's game for an average of 10 yards, which leads all backs in the league, at least in the average per catch. I think you need a turnover from your defense now. I mean, I think that's what you're going to need. Some big turnover. They don't do that very often, talking about the Eagles. Only 11 interceptions on the year.
Minute 45 left here in the third quarter. 13-6 Eagles. 1st and 10 from the 46 of Philadelphia. McNabb straight back. Here comes the blitz setting up the screen. Here's Deuce Staley, far side. He's got some running room, and he has another first down with second effort right in front of the Falcons sideline. A gain of 11, tackle by Ray Buchanan, and the injured Falcon right now at the 36-yard line of Philadelphia, trying to see that number. We can't get a clear look at it here from our broadcast vantage point.
It's John Theory, I think, number 55. Falcons have lost Ron Bolden, Keon Carpenter very, very early in the game. Defense has been magnificent all night long. 2 big plays in a row out of Deuce Staley, though.
Theory part of that Buffalo connection with Wade Phillips, a 9-year pro out of Alcorn, 6'4", 260 pounds.
Been a nice pickup. Bothered by injuries a lot this year. Injured all training camp with a stress fracture. Injured with hip.
We'll take a break. A minute 24 left in the third. Theory trying to get up right now. We'll update you that when we come back. 13-6 Eagles. This is the WGST Eagles 13, Falcons 6. Philadelphia with a 1st and 10 from the 42 of Atlanta. Pinkston to the near side, Thrash to the far side. Deuce Staley is behind Donovan McNabb. The give is to Staley, right side, met at the line of scrimmage and thrown back. Nice job by Travis Hall over there. Wraps him up after a gain of 2, and that will bring up 2nd down and about 8.
I think you got to continue to be impressed with this Falcon defensive effort. Players dropping left and right. They've shut this run down. The Eagles appear scared almost to try to run the ball. They've come up with a couple of big sacks. They haven't got the turnover yet. The turnover would be supreme.
Theory on the sideline, sitting on the bench now. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 8 from the 40-yard line of Atlanta. McNabb, straight drop. Here comes the pressure, setting, going downfield, and it's incomplete. A poor throw. James Thrash was out there, but that ball was almost end over end. It looked like maybe it slipped out of his hand a little bit or something.
Yeah, the coverage has tightened up a lot. Buchanan has come in the game with Ambrose. They've done a good job on Pinkston and Thrash.
Can this Falcons defense continue to shut down Philadelphia? Can they do it again? They're looking at a 3rd and 8 from the 40, 2 for 9 on 3rd down conversions for the Eagles offense in this ball game. We've got 32 seconds left in the 3rd. To the right side is Todd Pinkston. To the near side is James Thrash and Antonio Freeman. On 3rd and 8 from the 40, Staley is now behind Donovan McNabb. The straight drop, trying to set up the screen. Near side, it is to Dorsey Levens. Levens is down to the 25-yard line, but this is coming back. That's going to be a holding against the Eagles' offensive line. Preliminary indication is indeed holding. It's coming back.
Well, it's Runyon or Thomas. I think Thomas had the guy running over him, though, Sam Rogers, and that might be the Thomas holding Sam Rogers.
Holding offense, number 76. 10 yards remains, third down.
Not even neither one of them.
John Welborn out of California, the Golden Bear, 4-year pro, 6'5", 320-pounder.
You just got to praise the effort of this defensive front tonight. This is supposedly the best offensive line in football. This is the highest scoring team in Eagles history, over 400 points. They average 25 a game. And McNabb, for the most part, I mean, he's moving around. The foot's not bothering him.
3rd and 18 from midfield. 3 wideouts, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. McNabb setting. Here comes the pressure, and it is complete to Cecil Martin near side. And Martin is wrapped up at the 38-yard line. It is a pickup of about 12 yards. Tackled by Ray Buchanan. It'll bring up 4th down.
About a 55, 56-yard shot. I think they're going to have to punt.
They're going to think about it. We'll take a break. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. On to the 4th quarter here in Philadelphia. The Falcons hanging around 13-6, trailing the Eagles. This is the WGS by Train Heating and Air Conditioning. We get ready for the 4th quarter. Eagles punting. Lee Johnson standing at the Philadelphia 49-yard line. Really, I think as far as statistics go, Jeff, the one that leaps out, 8 Falcon penalties for 90 yards. It really has hurt him tonight.
Killed him.
And here is the snap. Johnson gets it off, and it is a low, short one, hitting in front of Rossum, and it takes a Philadelphia bounce inside the 5 down to about the 4-yard line. So that's where Mike Vick and company begin the 4th quarter. We'll keep it here.
Mistake.
33-yard punt.
Catch it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Take a look at some of the statistics. Total yards 236 for Atlanta, 212 for Philadelphia. Turnovers 1. That Bobby Taylor 40-yard sprint, pick off of Mike Vick in the opening quarter for 6. First downs 13 Atlanta, 10 Philadelphia. Rushing yards 94 for Atlanta, 59 for Philadelphia. And those are the numbers that jump out as we head into this 4th quarter now. Falcons down by a touchdown, down 13-6. Can they find a little bit of magic? With number 7 at quarterback, all things seem possible. And that is the hope of everybody listening to this radio call here. 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. Mike Vick, fake pitch, throwing, coming near side. Crumpler makes the catch. He is at the 15 and down at the 18-yard line, tackled by Bobby Taylor. That is going to be a gain of 11 and enough for a 1st down. Nice play.
Excellent play. There's his own blitz a little bit again. Hugh Douglas dropping back there along with Bobby Taylor, and he's chasing Algie Crumpler. Algie Crumpler has stepped up big tonight.
1st and 10 from the Falcons 17-yard line. Again, 13-6. Eagles lead the Falcons. We're early in the 4th quarter. Finner into the near side. Gaylor to the far side. Warwick Dunn is behind Mike Vick. Now coming to the left side is Reggie Kelly. Vick under center. And the give is to Dunn, and he is met and dropped immediately as he gets the football from Mike Vick by Grassmanis. The right tackle, it's a loss of 4. That'll bring up 2nd and about 14 and a half.
Well, you know, this is a busted play. There's no way that Grassmanis, a defensive tackle, backup defensive tackle, should come free like this. I'm not sure if Todd Weiner was supposed to block down and didn't get to him or what.
Warwick Dunn is injured, and they are tending to him at the 13-yard line right now. He is on one knee. Well, what a defense this is by Philadelphia, Jeff. Just not much there.
Well, there isn't, especially in this situation. You know, Allen Rossum should have caught the ball. Fair caught it at the 10. They make the big 3rd down, but once again, a mistake. What they're doing, their alignment on their defensive linemen sometimes is a little bit off the shoulder, a little bit in the gap, and for whatever reasons, in the Falcon blocking scheme tonight, they have turned loose guys in the backfield minimum, I'd say, 4 times. You can't allow to have any kind of offensive continuity, your run game or anything, if you're allowing that kind of penetration 3 or 4 times a game.
Dunn is out. Duckett is in. Dunn was able to walk over to the Falcons sideline, so the hope is it's not too serious. 2nd and long from the 12-yard line of Atlanta. Crowd on their feet. waving those touchdown towels here in Philadelphia. Receivers right and left. Duckett behind Vick. Vick wants to throw, setting, and now pitching the ball. A shovel pass to T.J. Duckett. Duckett near side, bulling ahead, and run out of bounds at the 30. That's enough for an Atlanta first down.
What a
gain of 18.
A great play by Mike Vick. He's feeling pressure. He steps up, and then he just one-hand pitch it to Duckett. Duckett with an old-fashioned stiff arm on Levon Kirkland. Leaves him in the dirt, or in the tartan, or the turf, or the artificial, whatever this stuff is.
First and 10 from the 30 of Atlanta. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Duckett remains the tailback behind Mike Vick. Vick under center. And here is the give. It is to Duckett, straight ahead, plowing ahead. He gets to the 35. That's a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Nice job of running by T.J. Duckett. It's a delayed draw. Keenan Forney blocks Corey Simon one way. Duckett ducks right behind that block to pick up the yardage.
They're going to give him 6, so 2nd and 4 from the 36. Finneran will come to the near side. Gaylor and McCord will go to the right side. Duckett lining up over the left tackle. Vick under center. Eagles are showing blitz. Here they come. Quick throw, and it is to Crumpler at the 45 and can't hang on to the football. A ball he should have caught, and he knows it, and he had a lot of room in front of him. He would have been able to get up to at least midfield.
Yeah, nice adjustment by Mike. He sees both Gardner, 52, and 58, Ike Reese coming. That puts Barber one-on-one with Algie Crumpler. He can't get there in time. Should have caught it.
Dunn checks in. Duckett checks out. 3rd and 4 from the 36. 13-6. Eagles lead the Falcons. Falcons 7 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now Finneran in motion from left to right. Dunn behind Mike Vick. Here comes the pressure. Vick setting, firing far side, and not able to hang on to the football is Finneran at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. Well, a couple of balls that could have been caught that weren't, and now the Falcons have to punt.
Yeah, you got to make plays in a game like this. When you're given the opportunity, you got to make plays against a defense like this, which is stingy. You pointed out a lot tonight. I think the Falcons have been doing a great job since late in the second quarter on of picking on this defense a little bit. Just haven't been able to score and move it all the way down.
Chris Moore at his 22. Brian Mitchell back at his 21. Here is the punt, and it is high, and it is short. Fair catch called for by Mitchell at the 24-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt, and we will take a break. 12:08 left in the ball game. Eagles still up by a touchdown. 13-6. This is the WGST Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Pete Davis. Today's game brought to you in part by Piedmont Hospital. 13-6. Eagles continue to lead the Falcons here on a frosty night at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. The Falcons defense has done a tremendous job tonight, snuffing out most everything by this Eagles offense, which is so powerful.
Now, coupled with the fact, as we said, we've said it a number of times, they have lost early on Keon Carpenter and Jerron Bolden.
So on 1st and 10 from the 25, 2 receivers to the right side, I formation behind Donovan McNabb. Play action, McNabb straight, in trouble, gets away from 1, and now on the move. Near side, he stops, and he is dropped by Keith Brooking at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of only 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Sam Rogers almost had him. Right at the end, I think Juice McAllister pushed Sam Rogers right by McNabb. Nice job by Keith Brooking.
Clock running at 1:39 left in the ball game. Falcons down by a touchdown, 13-6. 2nd and 7 from the 28 of Philadelphia.
11 minutes, 39.
What did I say?
1:39.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, me looking there for a second. I looked over and I said, wait a second.
Sorry. All right. Here's 2nd and 7 from the 28, and the end around. It is to James Thrash. He is trapped, and he is brought down at the 20-yard line by Sam Rogers. It is a loss of 7, and the Boo Birds with their familiar migratory patterns here at Veterans Stadium.
Well, you've heard the Falcons talk. The only talking they did this week is they wanted to bring the Boo Birds out again like they did in Green Bay. This has been a wonderful defensive effort tonight on this Eagle offense. They've just withstood them time after time. They've overcome bad field position, and they have held the Eagles out of there. Now, you know, I just want the Eagles to make one mistake. That's all. They haven't made that big mistake yet.
3rd and 14 from the 21-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. McNabb straight drop, in trouble, gets it away. Dorsey Levens up with the football, and he has running room in the first down. He is up to the 38-yard line. That is a gain of 18 yards. Well executed by the Eagles for the Philadelphia first down.
Yeah, Travis Hall almost got back there. It's a great job, McNabb, getting rid of the ball. Levens, of course, with Green Bay all those years, a very fine receiving tailback out of Georgia Tech. Makes a nice pickup. And he averages better than 6.5 yards a carry. Does a nice job on this little quick screen. Gone it.
So it is first down for the Eagles. And to the left side is Thrash and Antonio Freeman. Pinkston comes to the near side on 1st and 10 from the 38 of Philadelphia. And here is the give. It is straight ahead to Deuce Staley, and Staley is wrapped up for no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. 9 minutes, 39 seconds left in the ball game. Chris Draft on the stop for Atlanta. You wait for that mistake, Jeff. There have been no turnovers tonight. The difference in the football game has been the one mistake that Mike Vick made where he was picked off by Bobby Taylor for 6 points.
And the penalties. You pointed out a couple of times. The penalties have killed the Falcons. Killed them early when they had some momentum going on the very first drive. What would you say? 2 out of 3 plays they had 2 penalties on.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Receivers right and left. I formation behind Donovan McNabb. Under center is McNabb. Play action setting with time. Dumps it across the middle. It is caught at the 43-yard line and brought down in a hurry after a gain of 5 yards is Deuce Staley. And at the bottom of the pile is Chris Draft. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the 43. 8:47 and running.
This is a dink and dunk safe offense. He has rarely tried to go down the field tonight. He's been trying to just get guys over the middle and throw to them. I think they're very afraid of making a mistake.
3rd and 5 from the 43-yard line of the Eagles. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. They are 3 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. McNabb under center. Here comes the Falcons blitz. Swinging it out of the backfield. That's Brian Westbrook. Far sideline, run out of bounds. First down in Falcon territory at the 45-yard line by Chris Draft, a gain of 14 yards. And with 8 minutes and 13 seconds left, the Eagles are starting to put together a drive here.
Yeah, 2 passes. The screen pass to Dorsey Levens, now Westbrook out of, Temple.
He's out of Villanova.
Yeah, Villanova, excuse me, the Division II Walter Payton Award winner. Good looking back. Probably wouldn't have drafted Westbrook. They entertained Warwick Dunn here. They had Burkhalter. Burkhalter hurt his knee, so they drafted Westbrook. Warwick, of course, signed with Atlanta.
1st and 10 from the 44. 2 receivers to the right. Deuce Staley now is behind Donovan McNabb. And it is Deuce who gets the call right up the middle. He is inside the 40, and he is hit at the 39-yard line by Matt Stewart, a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 from the 39-yard line. 7:33 and running.
Defense been on the field an awful long time tonight. Doing a lot of pass rushing, too.
This is the 8th play of the drive coming up for the Eagles. 12-4 in the regular season. The number 1 seed. James Thrash is to the left. And Todd Pinkston is to the right. In motion, Jeff Thomason, the tight end to the right side. Donovan McNabb with time, throwing, and a fine catch made by Pinkston, and then run out of bounds along the Falcons sideline, a gain of 5. He'll be very close to a first down, maybe 3rd and about a half a yard away from a Philadelphia Eagle first down.
Well, he's got a little bit more time. Falcons do come with a blitz. I think it's Draft blitzing up the middle. And good protection. He's got a little bit more time. This is an excellent catch by Pinkston.
Clock is running. 6:50 left in the ball game. 3rd and 1 from the 35. They'll send both of their receivers to the right side. I formation. Thrash in motion. And play action, rolling, McNabb throwing, and it's incomplete at the 30-yard line. Ashley Ambrose with the fine defense. Pinkston was the target, but the ball was too high and the defense was too good, and that'll bring up 4th and 1. Decision time here.
I think they're going to have to go for it. I think they feel that they had a 2-down. They were in a 4-down zone. I'm a little surprised at this play calling, though, this pass. I don't know why they didn't try to hammer it in there.
And they will go for it. Checking in, Jeff Thomason is Deuce Staley. Checking out is Cecil Martin. And they are 8 of 16 on 4th down conversions here in the season of 2002. And a timeout now. Timeout by the Eagles. Andy Reid will talk about it. And we will take a break. 13-6 right now. Eagles lead. We've got 6:34 left in the ballgame. 4th and 1 when we come back. This is the WGS. 4th and 1 from the 35 of Atlanta. 13-6. Eagles lead the Falcons. Jeff, they will go for it. They're hitting 50% on 4th down conversions here in this season. Let's see what they do here.
I think you got to watch McNabb on a bootleg or something, a fake inside.
Receivers right and left, I formation behind Donovan McNabb. And here is McNabb. He is rolling right, now throwing, and it's complete. Penalty marker is thrown, and this is James Thrash sprinting for 6, touchdown. But let's see what this penalty is, and it's going to go against the Falcons. Touchdown, 35-yard strike to Thrash.
Holding. Defense number 22 is declined for good.
Gerald McBurrows. And the party is underway here in Philadelphia.
Well, there's two theories. You know, you leave an offense hanging around all night, and all of a sudden they come back and get you. Defensively, you keep your defense on the field all night, and sooner or later, maybe it breaks. It did on this play.
David Akers, the point after attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. All right, we'll take a break. It is now 20-6. Eagles lead the Falcons. We've got 6:26 left in the ball game. This is the WGST Atlanta Falcons. Ready to go. 10 plays, 75 yards, 5:34 of time. Thrash, a 35-yard touchdown catch on 4th and 1. The Eagles go for it, and they delivered. Today's game brought to you in part by AirTran Airways. Jeff, you don't have to be a great football fan to understand the merit of not leaving your defense on the field so long. And Falcon defense has played really good tonight, but you can't leave them on play after play after play.
No. Well, the Falcons offense was coming on, but then they've sort of stalled, and they missed that field goal by Feely.
David Akers, the kick from left to right. It is high, and it is taken by Rossum at the 20, 25, and to the 31-yard line. And that's where Mike Vick will take over. It's a return of 15. We'll take a break. It's now 20-6. Eagles lead. We got 6:20 left in the ball game. We'll break here. This is the WGST Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Is the
Friends, Larry King
broadcast
here with
of the
him.
season available to broadcasters across Georgia and the Southeast as part of the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Thanks so much to all of our affiliates for your support of Atlanta Falcons football this season. Run into a lot of people from all across the state who listen. And it's always fun to talk Falcons football with everybody from the northern part of the state to middle Georgia to the south.
I'm on every week with Kevin down in Brunswick and Doug Bell over in Birmingham.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Falcons, down 20-6. Mike Vick at quarterback. Straight drop looking, now going downfield. Finneran, a leaping grab. He makes it at the 40-yard line. A first down Falcons gain of 29 yards. Tackled by Blaine Bishop. Falcons trying to move in a hurry. The clock closing in on 6 minutes left in the ball game.
Well, they had Levon Kirkland in there, and there's no way he's going to get that 300 pounds back deep enough middle into that zone.
1st and 10 from the 41 of the Eagles. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Warwick Dunn is behind Mike Vick. 4-man defensive rush from the Eagles. Vick sets, in trouble, now on the run, coming back toward the middle of the field. It's caught by Dunn. He's to the 35, 30, he's to the 25, and down to the 21-yard line. That's a gain of 19 yards. Here come the Falcons. 5:21 left in the ball game, down 20-6.
Excellent job by Mike Vick avoiding N.D. Kalu who beat Bob Whitfield inside. He avoids that, and a good job by Warwick Dunn. Sort of a safety valve. Quentin McCord peels back on Levon Kirkland, gives him about 4 extra yards.
Dunn, 6 catches, 55 yards. 1st and 10 from the 21. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dunn is behind Mike Vick. Vick audibilizing to the right, to the left, now under center. Showing blitz are the Eagles. And it's the option. The pitch to Warwick Dunn, who makes a nice catch, is spun around and then banged out of bounds by Barry Gardner. It's a pickup of 1. Much ado for 1. And it'll bring up 2nd and 9, stopping the clock at 4:46 left.
I think whenever they bring those both outside linebackers up, Sean Barber, Carlos Emmons on either side, the Falcons have audible to the option. It's not a great pitch this time. And then Gardner, maybe the surest tackler on their team, and they're a lot on nickel and short yardage, does a nice job.
Gaylor and Dunn to the right side. And to the left is Finneran and McCord, along with Algie Crumpler. Out of the shotgun formation is Mike Vick. Showing blitz, so the Eagles, here comes Philadelphia. Vick on the run, throwing, and it's incomplete in front of Brian Finneran at the 17-yard line. The pressure was coming from Sean Barber, former Richmond Spider in his 5th year, 6'2", 235, the outside linebacker, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 21 with 4:42 left.
And they also brought the safety inside. Couldn't account for everybody, but keep running your route. Keep running the route, Brian Finneran. You might be able to catch up with that ball.
3rd and 10 from the 21-yard line. Finneran to the right. Gaylor comes to the left. Mike Vick under center. Warwick Dunn is behind him. Now it's Finneran in motion from right to left. Vick straight drop. Pressure coming. Swings it out. One-handed grab almost by Warwick Dunn. It'll bring up 4th down. Incomplete. The Falcons will be forced to go for it.
Well, they need 2 scores here. What is it? They're down 11. They're going to need 2 scores. 4:38. Well, they are going to go for it.
I saw no sign of Jay Feely coming toward the forefront. 4th and 10 from the 21 of the Eagles. 4:38 left. This may be your ball game here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Vick under center. Warwick Dunn is the lone setback. Eagles are showing blitz. Here's Vick, short drop, throwing, and Finneran making the grab. And he is brought down at the 17. It's a gain of 5. It'll be about 5 yards short of the Atlanta 1st down. And that will be pretty close to trouble for the Falcons. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, they overloaded, brought both safeties, a linebacker. Good tight coverage by Al Harris, their nickel back. They wanted to throw it and see if Brian could make a play, run after the catch, but Harris is all over it.
4:32 left in the ball game. 1st and 10 from the 17. So the Eagles lead 20-6 with 4 minutes and 32 seconds left. Falcons, a young team on the rise. What a great year under Arthur Blank.
20-6. I thought it was 11 point. I'm sorry. I was looking at something else over there. Of course you got to go for it. Of course you got to go for it. What am I talking about?
1st and 10 from the 17 of the Eagles, up 20-6. 2 receivers to the left. Here is the handoff. It is to Deuce Staley, left side, and Staley is brought down at the 20-yard line. And there was a fumble on the play, but the Eagles came up with it. Clock running at 4:18. Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. It's a Falcons franchise on the rise, Jeff. Timeout taken by Atlanta. Think about Mike Vick. Start thinking about, what they can do to improve themselves for the coming season.
Well, this has been a great defensive game tonight. I mean, a field position game a lot. Only 1 turnover, but the penalties killed them on offensive continuity, and their line hasn't played as well as you needed to. You knew you were going to see a lot of blitzes. They just haven't been able to do enough offense, and so give credit to the defense of the Eagles. They only allowed teams 15 points a game. Here they are in a playoff game and have held the Falcons to 2 field goals.
Last week, the Falcons forced 5 turnovers at Lambeau. Tonight, haven't gotten any. And that interception still looms large. That's still the one that you think about. And the penalties. But in the draft, I mean, there are a lot of ways you can think. Do you draft a cornerback? Do you draft somebody in the defensive secondary? Do you go for a wide receiver? 2nd and 7 from the 20-yard line for Donovan McNabb. And here is the pitch. Deuce Staley near side trying to turn the corner. And he is brought down by a host of Falcons, but not before he gets enough for the first down with good second effort by Staley. With 4:03 left, 2003 home games will include Philadelphia. We will see the Eagles inside the Georgia Dome next fall. Washington, Minnesota, Jacksonville, and Tennessee. Timeout taken by the Falcons with 4:03 left in the ball game, down 20-6 to the Eagles. And they now have one timeout left.
Well, the Eagles hold that home field advantage. I kind of like San Francisco tomorrow against Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay would have difficulty winning up here. The Eagles, the 49ers, if they continue to play like I think they can, would come into a game next week with a pretty good offensive team. And the Falcons, it's one of the things that you got to have. You got to have a good enough offensive team to beat this Eagles defense. But you can't beat yourself either. You can't have silly penalties, and you can't have missed assignments where people are running free and you're unable to execute plays.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line for Donovan McNabb and the Eagles offense. Double tight end set. Handoff is to Deuce Staley, left side, and trying to get away from some Falcon tacklers, but he is brought down at the 31 after 3 yards. 2nd and 7 from the 31. Clock running at 3 minutes and 54 seconds here very shortly. Today's game brought to you in part by Georgia Power.
Use a little power up here in the booth. I know there's no heat in here. I know there was some early, but it's gone. I'm feeling no heat. Oh, there's the former Falcon coach, Jerry Glanville, down on the sidelines.
Let's go to Pete Davis.
Team owner Arthur Blank has made his way down to the field. He's congratulating some of the players, especially Jerron Bolden, who's standing on the sideline right now. Jerron is in his
on crutches. 3:54 left. Favorite game this season has to be Green Bay last week.
Oh yeah.
So the Minnesota run by Vic stands out in my mind as the play of the season. 2 victories over New Orleans.
It's a successful season, not nearly as successful as you want it.
2nd and 7 from the 31. Staley coming to the near side, being chased, in trouble, gets away, now shifts direction, goes the other way, and hit by Brooking, but a first down at the 40-yard line of Philadelphia. Pickup of 9. And a 1st and 10. Clock running at 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the season for the Falcons. Today's game brought to you in part by Verizon Wireless. Good start, though, for new ownership for this club and bringing fans in to the Georgia Dome, the enthusiasm around town, the jerseys of Mike Vick, the bobbleheads. This is a franchise growing these days. The handoff on first down is to Deuce Staley, again a 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 9, 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. Let's give that season ticket number again, shall we? Well, we'll call the Falcons on Monday. They can set you up. Two minutes and 37 seconds remain. 2nd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Thrash is split to the left side. And to the right, Chad Lewis now in motion from right to left. I formation behind McNabb. They'll keep it on the ground. Here's Deuce Staley, right side, gang tackled by a host of Atlanta Falcons, a gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. Keith Brooking at the bottom of the pile. Keith has come a long way when you think about, remember that game October 1st, 2000? He had the foot injury here. And, we're wondering about the severity. Would he be able to play again at the level that he is accustomed? We're at the 2-minute warning. Falcons take a break for the 2-minute warning. Today's 2-minute warning here with Jeff Van Note, Billy White Shoes Johnson, and Pete Davis. Now a show of force, an extraordinary show of force from the Philadelphia Police Department. Motorcycle brigade ringing the field, and also police on bicycles ringing the field as well. And then you've got the security people from the stadium. I mean, this is like shooting the pilot for the movie Oz. Let's go to Pete Davis.
I thought Frank Rizzo was dead.
Wow. Man, that is a lot of force. And now here come the horses. Police on horseback.
Where's the National Guard get in?
3rd and 6. Here is the handoff. Staley and met at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up about 2 before he is brought down. And he'll be very, very close to the first down. And it'll bring up 4th down. Let's see, we see motorcycles, bicycles, guys standing around, and now police on horseback. What are we missing? Hummers?
They're outside the stadium. They're in the parking lot. Along with 101st Airborne. Just a few safety precautions to ensure your post-game extravaganza.
Wow.
Is not too excessive.
More horses.
Well, it's been a great experience. And a minute 14, I know, 14 down. But, I like this team. It's shown a lot of heart this year. It's overcome injuries. It's overcome a poor start. It's overcome a poor finish. And really put a run on in the middle there where you thought it was really going to take off. And it's been a nice year for the Atlanta Falcons, and they got some nice players to build a future around.
Last time out. Minute 14 left. And Johnson getting ready to punt, and this is a low punt that is taken by Rossum at the 12. Coming to the near side, he is to the 20, he's to the 25, and upended at the 30-yard line. And it is a 35-yard punt, 14-yard return. Let's go to Pete Davis. Pete?
Even the horses have visors to protect themselves up here. I'm not kidding. The clear plastic visors over their heads.
Philadelphia's a nice town, though. It's fun. It's a fun place to visit.
Great walk-in city.
It's
the Liberty Bell. Great historic areas, restaurants.
That market, that thing we were in today. Pennsylvania Reading Market. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A shotgun formation for Mike Vick. And penalty markers go flying with a minute 2 left.
False start. Offense, number 81. 5 yards, still first down.
Trevor Gaylor. Always disappointing, though, Jeff. You get this far and it comes to an end. It's, short of winning the Lombardi Trophy, there's always going to be disappointment.
Yeah, it crashes on you. It's sudden. It's it. That's it. Pack it up and you're finished.
Vick out of the shotgun on 1st and 15 now. With time. Across the middle, complete. Trevor Gaylor makes the catch at the 40, and he loses the football. It is still loose. Big pile up for it, and the Falcons retain it. 16-yard gain inside a minute to play. 45 seconds are left. 20-6. Eagles lead the Falcons.
I saw Falcon just dive in there, and I think it might have been Algie Crumpler.
32 seconds and running, 2nd and 1 from the 39. Mike Vick out of his shotgun. Here's the snap. Vick standing, this time with time. Throwing the ball. It's complete. Finneran makes the grab, then laterals it to Algie Crumpler, was run out of bounds at midfield. That'll stop the clock with 18 seconds left in the ball game, a gain of 14. And a penalty marker, and this will go against the Eagles. Can this Eagles team win it all, Jeff?
Personal foul, face mask, number 53 of the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic. First.
Well, I think home field certainly will help them, but I'm not sure if they have a good enough offense. I'm not certain, and obviously maybe another week it'll be better with McNabb in another week, but a good offensive team, a San Francisco team, would give this defense some problems. The Falcons, they've just way too many penalties tonight, too many breakdowns on their offense to get any points.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Vick out of his shotgun. Here's the snap. Steps up, throwing the football, and it is intercepted. It is picked off by Brian Dawkins, and Dawkins is taken down at the 25-yard line, and that's it. 9 seconds are left. So Jeff will make his way down to the Falcons locker room to talk with some of the players, talk with Dan Reeves about this game and about this season. And 9 seconds are left. So Donovan McNabb will come out, take a snap. And Philadelphia will get ready to move on to play the winner of Tampa Bay and San Francisco. And of course, we'll have a home field advantage. And those touchdown towels will be waving here in Philadelphia, I'm sure. So with 9 seconds left, Donovan McNabb takes the snap. He'll take a knee, and that is it. The Falcons season of 2002 stretching into 2003 is over. Beaten tonight in the second round of the playoffs by the Eagles, 20-6. And the fireworks go off here at Veterans Stadium in frosty Philadelphia. And the celebration is underway. We will take a break. We'll come back to recap tonight's game statistically. Again, Eagles over the Falcons 20-6. This is the WGST Atlanta Falcons Radio Network.